Can we all be cats?
We can absolutely all be cats if we want to.
wanna
Hello
be
everybody! Welcome to our overly bright Twitch channel. Now you're here with your toes in our somewhat tepid waters. I guess we better introduce ourselves. We are the Bloodthirsty Puppets. Woo! And tonight we aren't playing D&D. Tonight I am forcing these guys to play Spiced in the space setting. Woo! We better introduce ourselves. Bloodthirsty Puppets. I'm Blood Puppet. I'm going to be GMing this wonderful one-shot called The Rescue. Couple of rules before we get too far. Don't be a talk about someone's race. Don't be a talk about someone's gender. Most importantly, don't be at all. Right.
Or a screwdriver.
Thank you. Not tepid. Not Corone. Thank you. On that note, I'm gonna hand over to Casey. Who are you, and who do you think you're playing?
I'm Casey, and I'm playing a sloth alien. I don't know if she has a name.
Nope, you can name them whatever you like.
Oh shit.
There are naming protocols, but I'm not going to give them to you. Name them what the fuck you want. I don't care.
I haven't considered a name. Goddamn. CJ.
CJ.
The first name I saw.
Okay. Do you want to tell us anything else interesting about this CJ? Like a very special trait she has?
Oh, she's
really... it has, technically.
CJ is a sexy sloth monster. That's the important thing you need to know about them.
Yeah, she is.
They are a sexy sloth monster, and they are a doctor.
There you go, medic. All right, we will go down the screen to Neil.
I'm playing a big bug, and I'm gonna name him. I'm gonna name him Jeb. J-E-B, and it's
oh my fucking god!
It is embroidered on his trucker hat.
Jeb, also the name of the only American in this setting. Awesome.
What?
Yep, Jeb was the name of the only American in this system.
That's the American name you go to, huh?
I didn't name him. I didn't name him. All right, it wasn't my choice.
Good job, Neil.
Do I need a new name?
No. This is so perfect. It's amazing. On to voice of the internet, the ghost.
I'm Onyx, and I'm playing Lothal, the name I came up with 2 seconds ago, who is a giant jellyfish person who has lots of tentacles and is very, very smart.
It's called Lothal.
Lothal, L-O-T-H-A-L.
Thank you. And finally, down to basically directly below me.
Who dat?
You.
You, dude.
Oh, hi. I am Art.
Hi.
I'm going to be playing Sebastian, who is a boring-ass human who has muscles. So don't tell him that he's boring, otherwise he might hurt you.
Who chose human?
Me? Because everything else seemed really weird to me.
Yep.
Boring.
He chose
Shut
it,
up.
but...
This is outside my comfort zone. Be happy I'm doing it.
That's okay. He's in space, which he doesn't enjoy, so we'll let him go.
I don't.
Alright, so we're in Spiced, and we are currently in space. The things that these guys need to know, because I haven't really given them much in the way of prep, because I'm doing it exactly the same way I do any other convention one-shot like this. I'm going to give you some meta information, and we're just going to see how it rolls. Okay. You guys have a ship called the Rush Lake's Revenge. It's a tiny little carrier ship. It's basically only really carries cargo. There's no armaments on it. It's not particularly fast, but it's a little ship. It is your pride and joy. This thing is... it's also running out of fuel, and you don't have a lot of money to replace the fuel. So you really need a job, and you need it fast. You guys are going to start off on an artificial hive called GAM, which is out in space. It's a space station. Your ship is currently docked, being refueled with pretty much the last of your money, and you're going to find yourselves, as every one-shot I start, you find yourselves in the local bar on this space station. However, right, let's do the proper game intro. Now, I'm going to take you somewhere a little bit far away. Not across the pond to Americas or even to the moon. I'm talking galaxies. Serrano system, actually. This space system is full of spacefaring races, as one might expect. There's cold-blooded warrior lizardmen called Nito, and everybody hates them. There's tinkerers by nature, slothmen called Rutai. There's weird jellyfish things called Gendal, who might as well be Sweden in this case. And large insectoids who lives in hives with queens, and they're called the Irralisk. Now, how we humans get there is a tale for a slightly different day. Thing is, We left Earth to get away from the days of destruction, but we arrived in the middle of an interstellar war between the Neto and the Irralisk. And that's where we find you horrible lot, on a space station just above the Irralisk homeworld, which is called Lisk, in the middle of a big off, sort of huge war. Your ship's steady little transporter called the Rush Lake's Revenge is your pride and joy. Well, sure got away picking them. Anyway, my throat's dry, and I'm going to get another weapon, and we're going to get on with this. So you guys are going to find yourself in a bar. And the bar is called the Rambunctious Rabbit, because all of my bars are. And in the corner, you're going to see a familiar old gentleman named Jim. He's somewhat a barfly, and he's sitting over in the corner talking to some alien race. There's not a lot of people here. There are a couple of Irralisk, the big insectoid creatures. One of them is tending to bar. There's yourself sitting at a table, and there are probably 1 or 2 other Irralisk in the area as well. And this is where we find you guys. I'm going to leave you to it before I interrupt with the story. Oh yeah, who wants to be in charge of your ship?
It's my ship.
Jab ship, jab ship, jab ship.
I'm the pilot of this damn thing.
Alright.
You only get to have a ship because I can repair it.
Well,
You guys are only alive because I can fix you.
We all need each other. Just deal with it.
Why do we need Sebastian
No,
again?
don't mention
I
it.
kill
He has
things.
a fragile ego.
I kill things. Don't worry about it.
Humans. They are strange.
I reach a tentacle and pat Sebastian on the hand.
I slap the tentacle away because that's creepy as shit.
well, I don't think he likes you very much, jellyfish fan.
I can't imagine why.
Do not be rude, Sebastian.
Listen, that was uncalled for physical contact. I don't want it.
At this
Human culture is so strange.
At this point, the Irralisk behind the bar comes over and notices that all of your glasses are empty. And he says, "Are you going to be purchasing more, or will you be leaving soon?"
Well,
I
I'm
turned
about
to
good. I heard we don't have any money or something.
Whatever the commander says.
You have a commander, is that you? And he begins to basically like at you. Oh my god, what the fuck is your name? Jeb. How am I going to forget that? You, Jeb.
It's on
which
my
is-
hat.
Which he doesn't know that. Which is click for which is your native language. Which is click for You hang around with an odd assortment of aliens. Why are you with them? Why are you not with our own?
Well, they fix up my ship real nice. They seem all right.
Well, honor to your hive, and then he switches back to trade, which is the common language. He says, "Will you be clearing these tables?"
Looking
trying to
pointedly
kick
at
us out?
Jeb.
Yeah. Clearing the tables.
You know where we can find any work around here? No, it's unrelated, but you know.
I do not have a lot of work for you right now. There is, if you notice, somewhat of a war going on. And just at the perfect moment, you guys hear a bunch of sirens going off, and everything drops into darkness temporarily, and then comes back up in red light, which is the emergency lighting for this particular area.
What did you do, Sebastian?
What kind of sirens are they? Are they Kill Bill sirens?
No.
Aw.
They're just this really high pitched keening whistle, which is just destroying for you guys. But for Jeb, it's it's the traditional sign of fuck, which you can deal with, but everyone else is like, oh god, my ears.
Well, y'all, so there's some trouble going on.
Really?
Really, really.
Sebastian is just standing up and pulls out his magnum and is holding it, looking excited.
You will put your gun down, human. I don't know what you think this will do here. And you hear... Actually, yes, you do hear. You hear the sounds of many, many feet coming in your direction. They appear to be on a bit of a quick march. one might almost say a sprint, but yeah, the Irralisk don't exactly need to run. They just move somewhat faster, and it's kind of like a very fluid motion. And you hear all these feet coming towards you.
You should probably put your gun up.
Yeah, put that away. There ain't no need for that.
Fine. He holsters it.
As you holster your gun, and the guy behind the bar looks somewhat more relieved, if not a little concerned that there are, the emergency lighting going on. You see a patrol of Irralisk arrive at the bar, and there are 3 of them. One of them is much taller than the others, and his carapace is kind of you can't tell because there's red lighting. His carapace is somewhat darker than the others. And he kind of clicks and stomps his way over, and he looks at you and looks at your crew. He looks back at Captain Jeb, or you Commander Jeb. What's your title?
I like Commander. That's good. Commander Jeb.
Oh my fucking god! All right, so Commander Jeb. So you see the lead Irralisk clunk his way over to your table, and he looks up at you and he says, "You are the commander of the ship known as the Rush Lake's Revenge, yes?"
Well, that's my ship. That's our ship.
We
Is there
have
trouble?
Yes, we have need of it, and we have need of you.
Well, what's the trouble? Why do you need us?
There is something large scale going on with our world. We need your assistance. Will you come speak to the leader of the Hive?
Well, all right. That's fair enough. Is he talking in
No, he's talking in
common?
trade. He's being
Okay, cool.
polite. He's talking to everyone.
Gotcha. Well, y'all heard him. They need us to do something, apparently.
Showtime. Let's go.
All right. I assume you all get up. Do you finish your drinks? Do you take the last dregs, or do you leave them there for the bartender?
Sebastian downs it in one gulp and then slams it down, ready to go.
I'll just leave it there.
I just kind of go off.
CJ wasn't drinking in the first place.
Oh wow, she's one of those, is it? All right, fair enough.
She has slow metabolism.
No, they are just lazy.
Boring.
They can't be bothered to finish their
I can't be bothered to drink or eat or do basic life tasks.
No, they eat.
Oh, I love the idea that you're too lazy to drink your pint. I'm so happy by that right now. Okay, so the 4 of you get up from your seats, and you begin to follow this patrol. The patrol, as you would probably know, Jeb, are actually moving at a slightly slower pace to deal with the fact that you have other people who don't travel as naturally as quickly as the Irralisk do. And you guys wander your way up to the top of this space station, on the top of this artificial hive named GAM. As you go up, you basically are traveling across like a bunch of grates, that sort of thing. It's kind of like very kind of like industrial feeling to it. The pipes on the walls are kind of exposed. You can see all the conduits going around, and you make your way up to the very top platform, which is about 5 stories. You find your way to the very top, and you come across a door. And in front of the door there are 2 Irralisk. Up here the red lighting is gone. It's no longer flashing and keeling and wailing so much anymore. It's kind of calmed down. That god-awful pitch noise, that's gone now. You don't need to worry about that. Clearly everyone got the message of fuck this, so they have gone and fucked off. Can I have one of you roll a perception check for me, please?
I got that.
You go, jellyfish boy.
I can find the perception number. How do you roll perception?
You roll a 12. You roll your d12, and then you add your perception modifier.
Okay, no specific skill for this one.
Unless you could try and argue me something. Alright, I'll put this on the side. If as ever normal, I run any games. If you think you can argue a stat or you can argue a skill, I will listen to your argument. I may not necessarily follow it through.
Explosive.
Wow, that will be the mother of deceptions to me.
Okay, perception.
Okay.
12 plus 4.
12 plus 4. You rolled a 12.
I did.
You rolled a crit.
Yep.
You on your first roll in the spy system. You rolled fuck you volley. Okay. You notice as you are running up that you are passing the various holds, the various docks, and you notice that these docks are filled with small, on a perception of crit, I'll give you everything. That they are small fighter, equivalent of small fighter jets. They are very small. They are made very an Irralisk particular way, which is a lot of like resin and shooting and stuff like that. And you notice there are a lot of Irralisk running out in pairs, and they're in pairs jumping into these, and you begin to see all the process of all of these different ships, and you probably number at least 60 of these small fighters from this one dock, from this one hold that you see, and they all appear to be getting ready to go out and fight. You notice as you go up that pretty much all the Irralisks that are the only Irralisk that you ever really see are those in the maintenance staff, but all the others, anyone who could potentially be anything, are rushing their way, making their way towards all these different docks and holding bays and such like. And when you arrive up at the top, you hear the kind of clicks that you would kind of associate with "we're getting ready to leave." That's what you notice.
Okay, so they're all preparing to go kill stuff, and there's a lot of them.
Yes, that is pretty much the gist. Alright, you arrive at this door, and the two Irralisk on guard immediately let you through, and you find yourselves in a particularly large, well-maintained, well-looked-after office. On the grounds, there is none of that grating crap. Oh no, this is pristine plates. It's still industrial, but it's plates. It's not none of this great crap. You can see that there are a couple of different chairs, or various seatings for the different races. There are clearly chairs, big chairs, little chairs. There are hammock type things for the more Gendal amongst you. And there is a desk, and behind this desk you can see what Jeb would recognise to be a fairly old-looking Irralisk. His faceted eyes are kind of like, they're not as sparkly as they once were. His carapace is kind of it looks fragile to your eyes. And you can see that he's sitting behind this desk, and you see some of these monitors, and they're glaring back on his face. And you can see that there is also glass looking out into the vastness of space. And this is what you guys find when you walk in.
Did the guards just lead us to this room and take off?
Pretty much. Riding your crit, yeah. Basically, they usher you in, and they're like, "Fuck this."
Sebastian's gonna find a human-sized seat, sit down, and then throw up his feet on whatever is nearest to prop him up on.
Okay. All right. Cool. The nearest thing is this guy's desk.
All right, so he's gonna prop him up on the desk and say, "So what's up?"
What are the rest of you doing?
Can I roll a knowledge to figure out what's going on?
Sure.
Okay. It doesn't fall off the desk. Okay,
If it falls off the
5
desk, it's a botch.
plus
Home
5
rules.
plus 9.
Cool. 14. You are aware that there are, being that you're a travelled, learned Gendal, you're aware that there is some major shit going down between, especially the Irralisk and the Nitu. For them to mobilise on such mass, they've probably received some terrible, terrible news that these fighters have to go off and go. You would never expect such a large-scale attack, fighting force or defence force at a drop of a hat. So that's not exactly the Irralisk way.
Okay. Also, do I sit in hammocks? Is that how I work?
Yeah, but you can pretty much sit on anything you want. Hammocks tend to be easier because you have like the squidginess to you, and it's easier just to lounge out in like a bag or a hammock.
I'll go sit in a hammock.
Okay, cool.
Turn into a blobby puddle.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you turn into a gelatinous
Do
cube.
it.
I have no bones.
Yep. Alright, okay, and what's our Irralisk and our Rutai doing?
I'm going to keep standing, kind of like in the middle behind all of these people, as a "they're with me, I'm sorry" type thing. But I probably also don't really have a great sense of knowing what's socially acceptable here.
Okay, that's cool. And finally, what about CJ?
CJ is standing in the back with their hands, like, behind them. They don't know what the fuck that is going on, so they're just kind of looking to the commander for guidance.
You notice, yeah, CJ, you have that trait. As you as you kind of stand there not knowing what the hell is going on, you see the old Irralisk like look down at their monitors, look up, and they do like a double take looking at you. And then you see it blink a little bit and then go back to what they were doing. Greetings. You are the crew of the Rush Lake Revenge. You have been found for a task. All of my fighters are out dealing with the threat. We need you to do something very important. If you believe you are able to do something, it's very time sensitive and exceptionally dangerous, but very crucial for our race.
What's in it for us?
The savior of the Irralisk race is not payment enough.
I mean, being a savior is nice and all, but I don't know how the hell that's supposed to feed me. Or put fuel in the ship.
We will fuel your ship. We shall pay you... How many of you are there? 4? We shall pay you 200 Calbrick apiece. Which is equivalent of 200 days work. 200 days food.
Captain.
About half a year.
Turn into, Jeb.
Jeb.
What you think?
Well, that's fine with me. It's my race. I'm gonna do it. So I don't know why you're asking me. You're the one with the harsh,
What, the realistic mentality?
Right. Well, my mentality right here is that this is my race, and I'm gonna do what I can. If you want to
wouldn't have done so well back on Earth, let me tell you.
Well, we're not on Earth. You can go back to Earth if you want.
I know I can't.
But I mean, I need that fuel would be nice. So it's good that you've set us up with that.
You're welcome. I think is what. You're welcome.
Primitive.
That works. Yeah.
I think what you were trying to say is thank you. You're welcome.
I mean, kind of halfway though. I mean, you are.
Excuse me. I don't exactly wish. In fact, I very much wish to interrupt your bickering. Will you be doing this?
Will you also be providing fuel and repair parts for our ship? I think that would be only fair.
Repair parts. I thought your ship was in good working order. So according to my sources.
If you are sending us on a mission, then there might be damages that are taken. We'll need parts to fix it.
I like this guy.
We shall repair your ship if needed.
Well, that seems like a good deal to me. Save the race and then, get my ship all fixed up. I have good friends. I would have just done the thing. Glad I didn't talk first.
You're welcome.
Why is it in every one shot?
Neil ends up being the leader that has no charisma.
No, he has a voice that I can't take seriously.
You gave me a trucker hat.
Neil, for my campaign, I need you to do a voice. I need it.
Yep. Okay. Yes,
okay,
we shall.
I take my glasses off, put my sunglasses on, and say, "Okay, let's do this," and then switch them back.
All right.
Onyx, take a legendary point.
What?
Take a legendary point.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god, that looks so cool in my head. Alright, yes, for 800 Calbrick, fueling your ship and any repairs should you need them. Okay, this is wonderful. We need you to fly to Lisk. We need you to contact the Irralisk Queens still held there. And we need you to rescue and save and get them to mobilize as quickly as possible.
Wow, you're saving the queen.
Many queens.
Oh, damn.
There is a threat to our world which we are not sure we can stop. And if they are there, they will die within the next 2 hours. This is when we expect the Niti to arrive with their weapon.
Their weapon?
Yes. There is a
What
weapon we
weapon?
have suspected that they've been creating for a long time. We heard of a successful test. And we just got news that their warship has just arrived at the edge of our system. We fully expect this weapon to be on board.
All right. Well. Right. This is important.
Yes.
Fly our ship.
Your ship is the only one on board this particular space station that is going to be fast enough to get back to the planet. All of ours have to be involved in protecting the planet. Provide you as much time as possible. All our other ships are fighters. Yours is the only non-combat ship currently on on GAM.
How much time do you think you could buy us?
Their warship is far beyond the small fighters we have here, ours being clustered above your Rutai friend's planet. The
So
offense there.
all our queens are on one place.
Most of them, yes.
That's not very strategic.
Most of our queens have been entrenched in their hives for hundreds of years.
Just thinking about the future of the race, we might need to, rethink
Side
that.
note, you would know that there
Anyway.
are some queens located on other planets. It's just that
Oh,
obviously
okay.
this is your home planet and this is where most of the queens would be located.
Gotcha.
You're welcome.
All right.
We would radio down to the planet, but it would appear that we had a saboteur on board. We cannot get into contact with them. It's just why we need someone to go down.
Will the queens believe us if we tell them what's going on?
I will give you a writ. I will give you my sigil. They'll know that I would not have sent you without great need, and the fact that Commander Jeb here is amongst your crew will give you much better standing than if you had done this if he was not there.
I don't see why they wouldn't believe us.
Queens they have their own way of thinking. Who are we to judge? And he pulls out something from a desk. And you see him. For anyone not an Irralisk, it looks kind of gross as he basically starts spitting on this kind of flat pad. And you just hear like the kind of and you see him use one of his bladed arms to create a pattern in this tablet, and it quickly cools off, quickly dries off, as Jeb would know, and he hands it over to the one who has his feet on his desk.
So Sebastian.
Indeed.
Sebastian, with a very disgusted look, just reaches out tentatively, grabs it, and like stuffs it in a pocket or something. Just
It's a little tablet. It's about that big. Has a bunch of etchings on it, which kind of don't mean a lot to you, but you would recognise this as being click, the written form of click.
squiggles.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bunch of squiggles.
It's a bunch of squiggles, yeah.
He pockets it.
It's real important there. Don't we lose that?
Please do not.
It's not something I'd be doing. It's my my trade.
There is very little time to lose. Please.
All
Right,
right.
Let's
Well,
get going. He stands up, very excited.
Cool.
Finally, some action.
Alright, is there anything anyone wants to say to him? Anyone wants to check anything before I usher you to your pride and joy?
The clunker.
It's called... Yes. The description of it is one of my favourites. Carry on.
I'm good. Jeb's a simple fella. Don't need to do much talking.
I think I know what I need to.
We are on a time limit.
Cool.
All right, well, let's fucking go.
To the ship.
Now.
Alright,
go.
You guys race as fast as it is possible with a somewhat lackluster Rutai amongst your midst. You basically go straight back out on the grating, and if anything, the what you thought was like, yeah, this is pretty grungy industrial kind of place. The further you get down to where your ship is stored, you realise that was nothing, brother. The grating gets bigger and more difficult to traverse across. The conduits are just nowhere to be seen. You see wires that have been stripped of all their insulation, that sort of thing. Especially down here where your ship is held, which is the cheapest place there could possibly be. As you rush down, you notice that you basically don't see anyone. You see an occasional maintenance guy. You see an occasional human running past, trying to get from A to B, sort of thing. And you go down to the hold, and yours is the only ship here. Your ship.
At least we got good parking.
Exclusive VIP parking. Your ship is small. It does the job. It can haul a lot of things. You have a lot of hidey spaces in your ship. You see that there are two very sturdy engines on it. You've got a couple of really good thrusters on there. The hull is not exactly what you would want it to be there. You know, some of it's kind of beaten to shit. There are a couple of dings in it. You know, a bad reversing job sort of thing. Or some crashing tube, totally. That sort of thing. You know, it's beaten to hell. There are pieces that look like possibly rusted through, and that seal, whew, whew, the seal on the airlock is you think will hold. That is your little clunker called the Rush Lake's Revenge.
Love it.
Yep.
We're in good hands.
I call it the tin can.
You are not far from the truth, my friend. It is designed almost exactly like a Coke can.
I make a mental note about the seal to fix later.
Good
That's
plan.
your job.
Good plan.
Yeah.
You can see that. No, you don't see anything odd. No, your ship is fine. Your ship is a-okay.
Hey, have you tried using chewing gum? I hear that makes a real good seal too.
Duct tape. You tried that
Use some duct tape.
Alright, you climb aboard your little ship. There is a large storage area, the kind of cargo bay. There is engines to one side, which is basically glow a kind of like darkish greenish colour. And it makes this kind of whirring hum all the time. And up, so forward and up, kind of like up half a layer sort of thing, up a level. There is your cockpit, and your cockpit is essentially 3 chairs, and there is a kind of hammocky thing for your engineer, your repairer guy.
And fuzzy dice.
There are fuzzy dice hanging on the front.
How many sided dice?
12. There are two 12-sided fuzzy dice hanging on the inside of your cockpit. There is a little hula. There's a little hula Irralisk sort of like sound dash which wiggles about. Your Rutai's chair has that annoying squeak to it. The human chair is one of those swivelly kind of like racer back ones, like you do.
Yeah, I sit in it, start spinning. Whee!
Hell yeah!
Yep.
I got a CB radio.
I start squeaking.
There is in front of you, there is your console, your pilot's console, which has a very, very limited communications and very, very limited equivalent of radar, inverted commas, navigations. But to your left, there is a proper navigation kit. There is everything you'd need to interact with other spacefaring racers. And to your right, there is essentially a very sophisticated navigation. I say very sophisticated because you only have to hit it once to turn it on.
Oh wow!
This is what you guys have. Who takes what?
Well, I'm gonna sit in my captain chair.
Oh my god, Neil, you're killing me.
I don't know. You put a trucker hat on my sheet. I had to.
This is so perfect. It's so good.
I'm so bad at this accent too.
No, it's perfect. I don't know
Which
any
is
different.
ironic because you're from the South.
You know, yeah.
Okay, so we have Commander Jeb on piloting. Is anyone going to take navigations? Is anyone going to take navigations and communications? Anyone going to take that?
Take communications.
Okay, so we have...
Are there weapons? Do we have any sort of weaponry?
You do not have... The weaponry you have aboard your ship is it's a locker. There's a sturdy-ish looking locker. The lock on it is broken, and it contains a couple of spare clips and a couple of gun cleaning kits in there. That's the weaponry aboard the ship.
Okay.
Well, this is looking pretty good, guys. I gotta say, we're real prepared for this. I'm glad we're gonna do my race proud here. Thank you guys for helping.
Sebastian, do you want to take navigation, or should I?
I don't know where the fuck I'm going in this fucking world.
Oh man,
You
why didn't the sloth do communication?
You can take communications if you would like.
No,
I will
CJ?
take communication.
No, CJ, I insist that you take navigation.
I will take communication.
Okay, I move over to the navigations.
Turn left. Here, no, you.
Casey, you have brought a whole new level to being a Rutai. I'm so happy right now.
I mean, when you describe something as a sloth race, I feel like that should be expected.
I gotta do a slothy voice, man. It's just.
It's so beautiful.
Zootopia, come on.
Oh, it's so
I know. I was
beautiful.
thinking about that with the.
So beautiful.
Oh, Max! Oh my god.
Okay. All right. Let's roll on a little bit, shall we?
Whatever you say.
All right. So you guys pilot your way towards Lisk. As you get permission to leave, you bat your ship out. And you bamf it towards where you know Lisk, the general direction of Lisk is. I would like navigations to make a ship systems or ship operations check for me, please.
Ship. Oh, okay.
Should
Oh,
be the
that's
one at the
nothing.
very bottom of the thing.
Okay, that's a
Oh.
4 overall.
That's a
4.
Oops. I probably should have done that because I'm actually good at it.
Right. So, Jeb, I need you to make an intellect check for me. Just a straight intellect check.
Intellect check. Okay,
Yep.
I'm not good at that.
Yep.
I am.
10 plus 2. 12.
Wow. Okay. So
I think that's good.
you start piloting your ship towards where you think Lisk is, and you want some like precise directions because you are in freaking space. It's a big place. Planets are big, but space is bigger. And as you head out your way to where you think Lisk is, you get this information from the Gendal sitting next to you, who kind of like turns a couple of various different shades as they realise they don't think they quite have this. That's just not quite what they were. This is not quite right. And they give you some directions which, to your learned eye and the fact this is your home planet and you may possibly know the rough direction of your planet, it's definitely not 180 degrees behind you.
What color is confused?
Pick a colour. You choose.
Okay, I turned kind of a swirling gray and purple color.
I love it. Beautiful.
It's just kind of like spiraling. It's like I have no idea what's going on.
Do I know what this color means?
How long have you guys served together? How long have you guys been on this ship together?
Well, this ship is still in one piece, so I've been here for a pretty long time.
Yeah. And Jeb is
Alright.
still in one piece, so I've been here for a pretty long time.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
Okay.
That's fair.
Neil, roll 3d4 for me.
3d4.
Yep.
Oh man. Okay. That's a 4. 1. And another 1.
Okay, you guys been together for 6 years.
Okay.
Sorted. It's not
Word.
bad.
How long has Sebastian been with us?
Probably 6 years. It's been a little while since humans have landed and fucked everything up.
Yeah.
The war is
Right.
getting back into the swing of things again.
Hey,
That's what humans are good at.
We turn
You
up,
know-
we make war worse.
you know
Or-
how...
Better.
Mm,
Sure, yeah. We're peacekeepers in this world. Sure.
We're better at war.
mm,
Exactly.
mm.
Thank you. Somebody else gets it.
Oh my god. How many legend points can I give out of the night? But I'm not getting. What are you doing, Neil? You're umming and ahhing at me. What's going on?
You turn in that color where you don't really know how to read things. You seeing that right?
How dare you read my colors?
That was my answer. I clean my glasses and then try to look at panel again.
Wait, you're a giant jellyfish thing with glasses?
Yeah,
Yes.
I give
Oh
him
my
glasses
God.
and shades.
Um,
I'm not completely sure. You've been here before. You probably know where to go, right? Right?
well, we need to do this fast. How about everybody look at the navigations?
All right, Squishy Man, move over. Let me do it. Jesus Christ.
You're,
I'll go
to be
fix
safe.
something.
You
You
go
are
fix
color.
something. Move over.
Y'all are freaking me out here. We really got, not a lot of time to be getting there.
all
All
right,
right,
so
Sebastian's gonna like move whatever the fuck his name is. I can't remember. It's
Lothal.
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 Yeah. Sebastian moves Lothal out of the way and takes over his position.
Okay, I need to check. Where's Lothal going? What's he doing? Is he
I
going to
wanna
try and
go-
attempt to repair something in the ship?
He sits
I'm
in
gonna
the
go fix
corner.
something. I'm gonna go look around and see if I can find something that I can fix.
I just
Excellent.
imagine you sitting in the corner, like very half-heartedly hitting the walls with like a little hammer or like a wrench. Just, I'm helping, guys.
There goes that dent.
Yep. Slowly you pull out all the dents by slowly hitting them frustratedly with this like tiny like dual hammer. Anyway, so Sebastian, you are looking at the navigations.
Yeah.
You go for it. Roll a ship operations for me or ship systems.
All right. Ship operations. Okay, I got an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
Remarkably better than 4. You give him some fairly accurate directions on where you would expect Liz to be. You give him the correct orientations, you give the correct degrees, and you orientate the ship correctly, and you guys can make your way fairly easily there.
Hey, numbnuts! No! The planet right there in front of you. No, down. No, little. No, Jesus Christ!
I
Turn.
remember where it is, damn it.
It's right
Well,
fucking there.
This
The
is where I'm
big,
from.
big celestial object. Can't miss it.
All right. Communications. I'd like you to I'd like you to make a communications check. So that's another ship operations.
Okay, and it's ship operations?
Yep.
There's obviously a lack of communication on this ship.
Yes, there is. Or an overabundance of communication.
So is do I add my ability then?
No, so the ship operation, there should be a number in the totals box.
Yes.
That's the number you add.
Okay. I can't see.
Everyone's rolling real dice. I'm so happy.
I love real dice. It's been so long.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
11.
I have copper dice and I'm smelling them because they smell good.
Did you roll 11?
I rolled an 8.
Okay, that's good. Okay. With an 11, you begin to pick up a lot of chatter. A lot of the chatter is initially in click, but you also manage to pick up something that on the very edge of your range that you manage to pick up. You always pick up something in Nitu which sounds very terse. It sounds very directional, very threatening. And you hear a lot of Irralisk panics, and you hear a couple of them go dead as they're shouting and screaming out. It's not a pleasant thing to hear. However, the closer you kind of get towards the planet, the quicker that this signal basically delays and cuts down, as the closest relay is no longer GAM, the hive, the fake hive in space, which you would normally be acting as a relay this far out, and it quickly begins to die out. You are essentially. You are flying without being able to communicate with anyone much further than maybe a couple of kilometers from your ship. There's nothing. But you kind of switch the range a little bit and extend the senses of your ship out a bit further, and you realize that there are a couple of Irralisk small fighters nearby. You can't really communicate with them, but you know that they're there. It's just you and your technical prowess, like something over there. You see a couple of these smaller blips, and you would assume them to all be Irralisk. Some may or may not, but this is your assumption up this kind of close. All right, Mr. Lothal, who has gone his way into the back of the ship. I need you to make a perception check for me, please.
Okay. That's an 8.
You hear some weird clunking coming from the starboard engine.
Yeah, I should probably check that out. I'm gonna go fix the starboard engine, or at least figure out what's wrong with it.
It's a knock that you wouldn't associate as exactly being mechanical, but it might be. I mean, you've heard weirder noises on this ship, for sure. As you make your way into the starboard engine's compartment, it's fairly close. It's fairly warm here. Let's say that at the least, and it's very, very loud. Kind of dark in here too. I hope you don't have your shades on.
I don't. I have my glasses.
They're
Thank God.
transitions. They change colors like he does.
Nope. I literally put on his sheet. He has glasses and sunglasses.
I have those. Transitions are wonderful.
They are
They're
great.
really great.
They are good. Okay. Apart from us, like, you know, being overly happy about transition lenses.
All of us are wearing glasses.
Listen, can we talk about how an alien species has not developed transition? Get on my level.
Yeah,
This
but people
string
also
must
wear
survive.
sunglasses, so whatever. As you go into the starboard engine and you go to where you think the sound of this clunking is, you become distinctly aware this clunking, that's not mechanical. That's definitely not a sound from your engine. You know your engine very well. You're fairly intimate with the workings of your relationship with this
I
engine.
had to fix it many, many times.
Oh, yes, you have. This is a new sound. This is not a mechanical sound, and it's coming from just behind the engine. Now you're in the engine compartment. It's like, it's not the engine, it's coming from just behind it. And just behind it there are a series of like your work tools, like boxes and cabinets and such like.
I don't think it's anything, but just in case, I'm gonna pull my gun out.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna make my way back to where the noise is.
Okay. The noise appears to be coming from one of your trunks. This trunk opens like upwards, like you would a normal basic trunk, except that, you know, this being your ship, things have fallen on top of your trunk, which weren't there before. Things have definitely fallen off the shelf, which is sort of like rusted through, and you can see like, yep, that was rust.
Okay, so the thing I'm assuming is a stowaway is stuck in the chest.
You can assume away.
That's what I'm assuming, so I'm gonna go over there and just kind of like slowly and meticulously put all my stuff back where it goes. And by that, I mean throw it in a pile in the corner.
As you pick up things and start throwing them, the noise from inside the trunk stops.
Once everything's off, I'm just gonna knock on top of the trunk.
You don't. There is no risk.
I let out a sigh if I can.
Yes, of course you can.
And then just open the trunk. Just one movement.
Okay. Are you doing that kind of like a Tarantino style where you open up the back with a gun pulled, like, yeah, aiming at the same
Nah.
time? Alright,
Gun will not be there.
okay, cool. You open up the trunk, and inside the trunk you see a pale
A puppy.
flesh-
Not a puppy?
Not a puppy.
Poor Trav. Trav looks so confused. He's like, "What are you doing right now, Arch?"
You pick up this, you open up the trunk. Sorry, you've just completely screwed my mind. You open up the trunk, and inside you see, you see a humanoid who appears to be about 6'2". They are curled up. They are wearing this kind of light suit. They have very pale white scales, and they're looking up you with some big amber eyes. You know this to be a Nitu.
These are the people who are trying to blow up the planet, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of look at it and calmly go, so what brings you here?
I was looking for a ship to escape on. I didn't expect to be stuck inside your trunk.
Ah, so are you the saboteur they were talking about?
No, fuck it. Yes.
You're gonna fucking die.
I did what I had to do for my race.
Okay, I'll be right back. I shut the trunk and put stuff back on top of it.
You know what? It's too funny. I'm gonna let you do it. Because it's just kind of funny. Rather than like reaching over and picking up all the shit from the corner, you basically just knock down the shelf which was above the trunk, and that is
Yeah.
heavy enough on its own to keep the lid closed.
Alright,
Because it's too funny to not let you do that.
I head back to the bridge.
Carry on. I'm the intro.
As I walk back into the bridge, I go, "Oh, hey, Commander. Just in case you were wondering, we have a scaly stowaway in the trunk back there."
What do you mean?
Well, I would tell you if I remember what the race was called.
Net
Net
2.
There's a Net 2 stowaway. He said, or they said they were the saboteur. The
Are
other.
you fucking serious?
I got it.
Take the wheel. Take the wheel.
No, I got it.
I'm gonna leave. I leave.
You can technically put it on a form of autopilot, but it's not very good.
Alright.
What the fuck you say? Hold my wheel. Hold my wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel. Alright. Let's
He's stuck inside my storage trunk right now. It should be fine.
it's not. I'm gonna
Send
my shotgun out.
Sebastian after him.
I can do it. I got it. I'm real good in close quarters.
Yeah, whatever. Y'all just chill. Alright?
I was just gonna go bludgeon it to death.
And I tell them to chill as I pump my shotgun.
Can we try just to take the prisoner or something? They might have
I
information
ain't gonna kill
about the
it yet.
weapon.
I know.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, just go kill it. It's fine.
Sebastian,
you
stay.
here.
No, Captain's got it. He's gonna go kill it.
I'm gonna point the shotgun with. I'm guessing that I have a lot of hands to be able to open the thing and keep a shotgun. Okay, I do that.
Yes, you do.
I'll go back with them.
So the three of you, all four of you are going? You're going into the engine compartment?
I have been told to stay, so I'm staying.
Is CJ coming with us?
Yeah, no.
Was
it's just
that
the two of us.
CJ reaction time or Casey reaction time?
CJ reaction time.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Casey, please take a legendary point. That was fucking perfect.
No, I'll stay here. Take the communications. Watch
Okay, we're gone now.
Sebastian.
Yep.
It took so long we left already.
You're probably fairly used to this. Like, in
Hey Sebastian, wanna play I Spy?
I spy something. What is it? A star? Wow, you're so good at this.
Sure. Go first, please. I insist.
You could play that game where you count the alphabet on signs, but you could do like constellations.
No, I want to see this I Spy game play out.
With my little eye, something black.
Is it space?
No.
A gun?
No.
Do I need to roll a perception to see what is black?
Roll an intellect check. Oh no, yeah, perception. Go for it. Go for perception.
Okay. 7.
I'm gonna say that yes, you can see a multiple variety of things that are black. The fuzzy ties, fuck it, are black. You can see that the little skirt on the Irralisk hula dancing girl is also black. You can see that your chair is also black. The space is technically black, I guess.
Alright,
Maybe?
we go
I don't
through
know.
playing this stupid ass game while the rest of them go kill the snake person.
Yes.
I've got like
I'm
You
gonna
wanna
say.
know what it was?
I've got a spy in my ship. No, I don't want to know what it was.
I'm gonna say it's gonna take you 4 guesses to work out what it is.
Okay.
What is it?
It was the chair.
Oh my god, I
Alright.
fucking nailed it. Right. Okay, back in the serious comp. You make your way to the engine compartment and you are shown where this kind of in this noisy, tight, horrible little place, which is not great for you in your Irralisk eyes, a trunk which has a broken shelf on top. And there's no noise coming from it.
All right, I move the stuff from on top of it and just kind of.
Before he opens it, I go, "Don't kill him. Let's talk to him a little bit at least first."
Kill him. Kill him.
I'm kind of ignoring everything except for getting shit off of the trunk
Okay.
and pointing my shotgun in it.
You You totally get the shit off the top of the trunk. You can totally aim your shotgun at this trunk.
And I open the trunk while my shotgun's aimed at it, and I kind of like put the end of my shotgun into it.
Okay. Let's say you put it in like the squidgy stomachy area, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You hear what? And then there's like as it realizes you shoved a shotgun in its gut.
Yeah, sorry, he wasn't as friendly as I am. I apologize for this.
Right. Well, you're trying to kill my kind, so I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you're doing on my shit.
You see kind of fear pass on this Nitu's face. And you see his amber eyes, the pupils dilate massively. And he says, I was attempting to escape on the nearest ship. This is not of Irralisk construction.
Why are you escaping? What are you escaping from?
Your kind.
My kind? Well, yeah, no shit. You're all going to be looking to escape from my kind here in a minute. You guys have started some shit that you're not ready for.
We shall wipe your species.
I'm gonna
mass.
Yes.
Fucking yes. You're one of only 2 groups ever to have shot this guy. I'm so happy.
I didn't want to. Neil didn't want to.
I did.
I wanted to like ask him what anything he knew about the weapon first, but okay.
Neil wanted this to go differently, but no.
That's not our job.
You can negotiate with Neil to hold that action if you want.
I want to.
Speak
Okay.
to Neil. Convince Neil to hold off on that. But
Yep.
it will be going ahead.
Give me 30 seconds ish.
29. 28.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want to
27.
live?
26.
I want to roll intimidate.
25.
Oh, okay. Hold it. We'll go for the intimidate roll. Go for it. I'm going to say this intimidate is pretty fucking easy. There is a shotgun in his gut.
And am I allowed to use intellect for this?
Yes.
Okay. 12. Not natural.
Yes. He looks up at you with big scared eyes and like, I would like to live.
What do you know about the weapon?
23. 22.
Oh, fuck you, man. The weapon is designed to destroy all life when it touches it with a virus.
How do you stop it?
16.
There is no
15.
antidote. There is.
How do you destroy the weapon?
13.
I do not know.
12.
Well, that's not a good way for you to live.
10.
I simply cannot tell you what I do not know.
8. 7.
Please stop him.
6, 5,
4.
4.
3. You done? Are you done?
You have 2 seconds left. Continue counting.
2, 1.
You guys up in the cockpit, you hear. What kind of shotgun do you have? Is it double barreled or a Spaz 12?
It says auto.
Okay, it's Spaz 12. Yeah, you just hear this like loud bang of what you'd assume to be gunfire coming from your engine.
I shut the trunk.
You guys
Okay,
hear
I need to
Sebastian
check.
calling from above. Good job, good on you, Captain.
I need to check. Do either of you two have bloody mess as a perk or a trait?
No.
I have not seen that.
Okay, in that case, yes, he just lays dead in your trunk.
I close the trunk and head back.
I'm
Cool.
sad. Jeb's not.
Actually, wait.
Yes.
I want to pull the trunk to the airlock.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily do that. Yeah, that's no problem. That takes no real skill.
And I want to eject him.
Okay. I like it. Do you keep your trunk?
No, I'll dump him out. I like my trunk. I keep things in there sometimes. Like alien
Sometimes.
races.
Like alien races. Alright, I'm gonna say that you probably in this airlock you have a way of securing that trunk down. So you just leave it with the lid open so it and all of its bodily fluids fly out as well. So you can have an almost pristine trunk once again. Yeah, that
Sweet. This is how I clean things.
That happens. Sure. Alright, Jeb, you're walking back up into your cockpit, whilst Lothal appears to be doing something odd with the airlock and the Nitu. And you've just had a congratulations from Sebastian.
I just go and sit down like nothing's wrong. And, all right. Where were we?
I'll walk back up.
Playing?
He didn't know
We
anything.
were playing.
No, we were going to the planet that you really need to work on seeing.
We were playing I Spy.
Kill me, please.
I spy something dead.
Take
I
so
can-
long.
I
Look,
can do
there
that.
it is. And I point at out in space.
At
Out
that
of the
perfect moment, you see the bodily remains of the Nitu just...
Sebastian,
guys.
Sebastian looks at it float by. I was like, all right, who did it? Who was it?
I had to clean the trunk.
All right. You know what? This one time, high five. High five.
I
One time.
bring a tentacle up and high five him.
That's amazing. Do you not bring 5 up? That would be even radder.
Oh,
Alright, yeah, so we have the most awkward high five in 5 galaxies. Awesome. Yeah,
High five galaxies.
high five in galaxies. Okay.
I high five the galaxy.
I don't think there's anyone called Galaxy here, but give it a go. I could tell it's an exceptionally hard check that will require at least a 23.
Okay.
Use a legendary die.
No. You know what? No, fuck it. If you lit a legendary point and you actually crit, I will give you something for high five of the galaxy. It's not, you can burn it, you have 2. Everyone else only
I'm
starts
gonna
with 1.
fucking do it because fuck it. It's stupid and I love it.
So happy right now.
Am I rolling what am I rolling for this?
Oh, it's a d12. That's
Right,
the die
but-
choice. If you roll a 12 and you're using a legendary point on it, which you have to say before you roll, I will give you a boon from the galaxy
Okay.
for high-fiving the galaxy.
Okay, well that's a 1.
Then you just you feel like you in the galaxy, yeah. You've got a
I
ways
am
to
1
go.
with the galaxy. Get it? I'm 1 with the galaxy.
I've never given a negative legendary. No, I'm joking.
Listen, I already spent 1. Leave me alone.
Yep, I'm very proud of you for doing it. Okay, fair enough. You guys are making your way towards Lisk. As you make your way towards Lisk, probably after about half an hour after Jeb has got himself back in control, do you guys share the information that you just oh, you did, anyway. Before you see Lisk. You see your home planet, Jeb. The planet is pretty lush, pretty green. Dark greens, bright greens, yellowy kind of greens. You see bits of seas here and there, but not a whole lot. Jeb, you know that your planet is a fairly humid, fairly warm kind of place. Pleasant. You like it especially. As you arrive, I need communications and navigations to make a check for me, please.
I sit in the corner and ding out dents.
Take a repair check for me.
Oh, cool. Okay. Okay, 10.
10.
I will bear that in mind. So your communications, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what did navigations get? I'm looking at you, Sebastian.
So I rolled an 11. So that's bad, right?
That's really bad. Yeah. Okay. On your 10, you begin to ding things out, and yeah. And Jeb, you feel like the ship is a little bit more responsive, just a little bit. So your agility is now 4 on your ship, which is great for piloting because you can decide if you want to go faster or be more agile. Communications, you are keeping a very close eye on things. Your eyes don't flicker that fast from place to place, so you tend to pick up things when they change. Especially just kind of staring blankly at the entire screen and listening very intently. And you hear the sounds of click. Yeah, that's click. Hang on a minute, that's Jubei, that's Job, that's Niti. And knowing from what you know about your communications right now, They're basically on top of you. There are voices, there are different vessels nearby, but you can't tell what, because your navigation's just blue screened. You have nothing on Navs. Navs is completely and utterly died.
Hooray!
Windows has encountered an error.
Commander.
I knew we shouldn't have used 98. Windows 98.
Should have gone to 95.
There are many voices coming from the communications. They are above us.
Are they nice voices?
I'm not sure. I don't speak any of their languages.
Well, can't risk it, I guess.
Clank. Clank.
Can I use that agility thing that I? What are you clanking for?
Dents.
Just fix it. No, fix the blue screen.
You
I
can
guess
attempt to fix a blue screen, yeah.
Oh, okay. I want to go fix the blue screen of death.
Again,
I'm gonna
take
use
risks.
this.
15.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
You basically you hear this like witticism coming from the human. It's clearly an old human saying that nobody understands. And you look up at him. You walk around the back of the thing, and
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
He's just kicked one of the cables loose. So you basically hit it with a wrench a couple of times and push the cable back in the back, and like fixed it, and everything boots back in.
There's a bunch of red blips everywhere. We're gonna die.
There are a bunch of red blips nearby. You also get enough information to work out that there are 5 Irralisk fighters, and there are 8 Nitu fighters.
Oh.
All within a very, very close range to you. And from the looks of it, those Nitu ones are diving on your ship.
Fuck, we don't have weapons.
You do not have weapons. This where it comes down to your pilot.
Pilot better.
Use this newfound good agility bonus that you said that I have, and I don't know what to do with.
So your ships.
Try to escape them.
Yeah, so as I said before, all of your ship stuff is basically 3 because it makes it easier to DM and roll through stuff. There is thrusters and there are engines. Thrusters also known as agility. In this case, the agility of your ship is now 4. So where that's noted on your piloting, you can now use agilities if you want to try and dodge, and you can use your engines if you just want to power through it.
I'm gonna do the dodgy thing.
Gonna do the dodgy thing. Cool. You get some rapid fire information from Sebastian, who's like, "Fuck, there are red dots everywhere." And you get the information.
Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. Lays listily to the left. So you can use your agility on that. So you can make a piloting check using the agility, which is +4, plus whatever your piloting is. So
4 plus piloting ability.
So whatever your ranks in piloting is, or if you're talented as well.
Okay, so 4 plus the ranks, that is 2. Okay. So whatever I roll plus 6.
Yep.
Okay. 7 plus 6. 13.
13. As you get this information, there are a bunch of Nitu and a bunch of Irralisk fighting above you, and there are a bunch of Irralisk diving for you. You basically attempt to dodge, and you guys feel the ship lurch like viciously to one side. Luckily, the kind of the assisted gravity in there is doing pretty well, so you don't just fly off, around the cockpit. Maybe Lothar will do a little bit of like floating around in the cockpit here, but it's what you come to expect from Gendal. And yeah, you guys managed to dodge left, you dodge right. You basically almost graze a Nitu ship just underneath, and you guys careen yourself towards the planet. I need you again. Navigations, you spot that there is incoming fire. There are 2 missiles incoming from the nearest Nitu vessel. I need your pilot again to make another check. You can either try and outrun them, which, be honest, is slightly difficult, or you can attempt to dodge them, which again is kind of difficult.
Okay, wait. So you know how every time you fix something, you end up with a pile of spares parts? Because that's how making things works? So I want to go grab a whole bunch of the spare parts, throw them in the airlock, and then eject them behind us.
I'd say we have a bunch of trash and junk around this terrible ship.
Yep.
It's like an empty beer can.
Alright, are you taking time to find debris? Or are you just grabbing the nearest pile of crap inside your ship, which, let's be honest, is full of crap, and chucking it out? Because
I think-
one, I will give Neil a bonus 4. The other one, I will only give him a bonus of 2, and you will throw something important out of your ship.
What if I can name something very specific?
Try me.
Okay, remember that giant dress or
The shelf.
the shelf that I threw on top of the box? I want to go throw that out.
Okay, I will take that. I will absolutely take that. That's fine. I will give Neil a 4 because you know where it is, you know what it is, you know it's shit. So perfect. Alright, Neil, you have an extra 4 on top of that.
Go an extra 4 on top of the 6.
Yes, you
So
have
whatever
a
I
plus
roll
10.
plus 10. All right.
Because this is the perfect distraction. This is amazing.
That's a 2 plus 10.
Well, it's a good thing I gave you that 4.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Okay. Alright, you basically, you're using agility, right? Yeah.
Right.
So as you go careening forward and you are being told that the missiles are coming right behind you, you basically do that kind of up and over loop thing. And the missiles basically try and follow you around. But as they kind of don't quite have the same turning circle, they wang into each other. You guys feel this, you hear, actually you don't even hear it, it's in space. You sense this huge explosion coming from behind you, and blip, blip, the missiles disappear off of your navigations. And you guys are careening your way into the planet.
All right.
At like an uncontrolled speed where we're gonna crash, or like,
Yep, okay.
oh great, cool. Those
You
are
are careening at high speed into your planet, into Planet Lisk. What you guys
Okay.
want to do?
good. I have a question.
Sure.
Can my clumsy talent come into play in some way?
Sure. Argue how your clumsy would help right now. Okay,
So-
argue me a negative of what you're going to experience, and then argue me what the positive result will be.
Wait, run that by me again.
So clumsy, you do something stupid, which is your
What do
negative.
you-
Right, something occurs at the most inopportune time, which would be now,
Yep.
but results in good fortune, lucking into the right people, finding hidden places,
Okay,
or tripping
I know
bushes.
exactly what will happen. He's invoked clumsy, so I'm afraid this is now beyond your skills. Neil, I do want you to take one more piloting check.
Okay.
And
With
this will be
what modifiers?
engines, I'm afraid. You're going to try and break.
So 3, just flat 3.
Because I'm about to break.
2 plus 3.
Hooray!
Even better. As you go careening into this planet, basically navigation's Sebastian gets so excited that you have just pulled off like the pro maneuver from like one of those Star Wars type things back in today, that he basically stands up, his arms fly, and they basically push you out of your seat, and you guys just see basically the equivalent of the steering wheel just basically and just spin round. You manage to get your foot on the brake, sort of. Kind of, but your ship begins to basically pirouette and spin into like that kind of death spin as it plows its way towards the earth, and you guys basically feel yourself impact the ground at high speed. And I think that's where we're going to take a small break. And we will be back in a minute because I really need to pee, and this is the perfect time to stop. So yeah, we'll be back soon. Take a chill, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Bah! Oh wait, there she is.
I mean, I'm not back. Ugh.
You
We're
weren't
back!
talking.
All right.
We're back.
Oh wait, shit! I'm DMing. I need to do shit. Sorry.
You're the DM right now, dude.
Like having
I
cookies.
forgot. I'm
and
I'm
shit.
just gonna sit here. I'm gonna eat some cookies. I'm gonna chill. I know. Archer's gonna pick this. Oh shit.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. You guys impact the planet surface, and you guys get thrown around. I need every one of you to make a reflex save, please.
Is that just Dex?
So on the
reflex-
box,
okay, I
on
see
the
it,
sheet,
never mind.
there you go.
Got it.
Okay, I have an 8.
I do also have an
I
8.
got a 10.
Wait, reflex? Oh. I got an unnatural 11.
Okay. Casey, do you want to lift your camera up a little bit?
Sorry.
There we go. Casey face. Rather than Casey chest. Which we
It's
don't
okay.
disagree with, but
I don't really have one right now. It's just blanket.
cool. Let's quickly pass over that comment. We like your chest. It's okay. It's fine, but we want to see your face. Need to see the face. Right. Okay. So we have 2 8s, an 11, and what?
A 10.
And a 10.
I have a 10. Yeah.
All right. Anyone who's 10 or above,
Yay.
you managed to just about cling on to your seats. You just about managed to cling on, hang on, as this like smashes into the ground. Those of you who got below a 10, you basically go flying across the cockpit, which is where I believe you guys are. Yes. You go flying across the cockpit. You guys see this kind of bug creature just go bamf against the windscreen, pretty much like hitting a bug. And you guys also see this kind of like small little Gendal creature go as it kind of like falls down the wall. Your ship is well and truly crashed.
Cool.
You
Well,
kind
it's
of
a
look
good thing they
around.
agreed to pay for repairs.
You can look around, but the airflow tells you very quickly that your ship has cracked in half. And
Damn
as
it,
you
Jeb, I
kind
just
of like,
fixed all the dents.
yep, and as you, it's gonna take you a while to ding these out, bro. And as you kind of like pop your head out the cockpit, you can see light. You can see daylight. We have crash landed on the ship. Your ship is not flying again, bro. You do not need any manner of craft or repairs to know this is irreparable within the next hour and a half, which is roughly how long you have.
Well,
Now, how will we get the queens off of the planet?
And for those of you who also failed, you take 5 points of damage.
Can I argue that I have no bones?
All of us?
No, just those who failed.
Oh, well, that's not me.
Yeah, not me.
So damage is minus your endurance to a minimum of 1, unless you are an Irralisk.
minimum of so I do take 5 damage.
So 5 minus your 4 endurance, I think.
Oh, I subtract. Oh,
Mhm.
and so I only take 1 damage.
You do.
I kicked.
You take 2. There are basically, if you're not Irralisk, you will always take 1 point of damage from any damage source, because
And I can
even getting
negate.
bruised is a problem. But they've got to get through your carapace. Very different.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. This is where you guys find yourselves, breathing fresh air of Lisk.
Well, damn.
Sebastian's gonna climb his ass out of there.
They did agree to repair this.
Let's go. We still have a mission to do.
Yeah.
CJ is slowly climbing out.
All right, you guys
Come on.
climb out. You can see that there are plenty of trees here. You've knocked over a fair few trees getting here. Let's be honest, you could see all of that because essentially the trail of destruction as your ship has basically pirouetted down towards where you guys have landed. Yeah, you are surrounded by trees. For those of you who climb out via the top of the ship, you can see, I'm going to say Sebastian has climbed up via the top of the ship, and as you climb at the top, you kind of look around like, that's a big pile of destruction, and then you look around like, what the hell else is here? And ahead of you, probably about a mile and a half away, you guess, you can see the spire of a nearby city.
Oh. Hey guys. We're not that far off where I think we need to be though. So it's the bright side.
Uh-huh.
There's that. Let's go.
We go.
Fast. Very fast.
I can't go fast.
Okay, I'll
I
carry
also cannot go fast.
you're very large. I cannot carry. You're both large, aren't you? How big are they? Jellyfish is not small, right?
Jellyfish aren't small, but they're light.
Okay.
Whereas Rutai are fucking tall, fucking huge, and fucking heavy.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna take our damn time getting there. All right.
You can attempt
Brisk walk.
to
Brisk walk.
attempt to carry you can attempt to carry CJ if you want.
Is there like a plate of the ship that has fallen off that I could like have her sit on like a sled and like pull her through? Would that possibly be any faster? Because
You
I'm
could.
pretty
There,
fast,
to be
yeah.
fair, there's probably debris inside the ship from something that Lothar was attempting to fix earlier.
Did the
You could
trunk
probably
have
find
wheels?
something.
We just stick her in there.
Do you want the trunk to have wheels?
Yes.
Yes, the trunk
Put
has wheels.
CJ in the trunk and just push.
Perfect.
It has wheels. They're those little kind of like travel airport wheels that you have. They're small and
Oh,
shitty.
wait, no, never mind. That's not going to work on dirt. That is terrible idea. Terrible idea.
Don't know what you're saying. I've had people go for stupider things.
Let's do
they
it.
just have
We
those
need the
little-
trunk. This trunk has to come with us for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
It's starting to smell of blood and...
No, that got
Rot.
sucked out by a vacuum.
All right, you guys sit in here. Hey, human, right here. Here,
What?
pull this.
Where? What?
Pull, we're gonna pull them.
Mush.
Okay.
It'll be faster. They're
I can do that. I'm strong. I got it. I can do it.
All right, I want
Thank
both of you either straight up roll strength checks or justify some sort of roll to me.
I can barter the chest to move more, intimidate it.
Yeah, you know, funny enough, none of the skills really
Yeah.
apply.
It's just
You
I'm
could
just-
argue. I would argue perhaps a physical endurance check.
Wait, where the fuck? That's not a skill.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay.
justify
It's a
it and
ability
roll.
score.
I don't give a fuck. Justify something.
I like that.
Yeah.
Endurance check.
Uh,
Especially since
Because you'll
I'm-
have to do it for a mile and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, the endurance save
Yep.
thingies?
You can do that if you want. If you
Physical.
can justify a
Definitely
roll.
physical.
Yep.
Not saves. You can do saves. Is this?
If you want to
Can I-
justify it as a save, you are doing it for a mile and a half. I would probably make you make some sort of endurance check for that.
Can I
would
spend a
say
little bit?
physical.
Can I spend a little bit of time just to like add something on the bottom of the?
Can
No, we can't
chest?
spend a little time.
Wait,
doing-
wait.
Won't take very long. Just
Yolanda.
I use my craft to make it easier to pull.
can I use sexy even if you don't want it? That the cart is attracted to me and will therefore go faster.
Please say no to that. Please, if there's one thing you,
You
say
don't
no
want to say no to
It,
this.
please.
the box gives you some sort of like cagey response, so you don't get any real bonuses for that at all. You get nothing.
That's so weird.
No, you don't. No. Get in the box. You want to try and
Alright.
do something to the bottom of this?
Yeah,
Lothar?
make it easier to pull. Use a craft to do it.
Sure. Make a...
Put the plate off of the ship onto the
Yeah.
bottom of this.
That
Yeah.
way, it makes it
Combine
easier to pull along.
both ideas. Yeah.
I'll help because I
That'll
have
be
gadget
fastest.
wanker.
That'll be fast as hell because you can just screw
Do you?
drive plate to the bottom of the.
Okay.
Damn thing.
In that case, is the gadget wanker gonna do it, or is the Gendal doing it?
What do you?
I,
do you
I need to be assisted if I'm going to do it, so I'm saying I'm going to help him, and then it's an assist.
Yeah, sure. We'll take it that way around. That's fine. So you
Okay,
get it with a +2.
So crit plus 9.
+2.
+2, also because of my
So,
gadget wanker.
21.
Yep.
Which is technically the improbable, not impossible. With the improbable, you guys spend 3 minutes. You walk in, you climb back into, and it probably takes you a minute to get in and back out, and that's the extent of like the crafting takes 2 minutes. You pick up this thing and it's almost perfect, except that one of the kind of like where those kind of holes are, they're kind of like these kind of like rounded grooves at the bottom of it, which would be perfect to be sledding along. And you have this great idea. You hold up the plate, you indicate where you would like your Ruto friend to punch, and they use their big fucking claws to punch 4 perfectly small holes in it. So when you put it on the bottom of your thing, the wheels run, giving you a nice smooth thing, but it tends to take all of the things, much like a suspension system. This thing is perfect. It takes exactly 3 bolts to put it in place, and because you got the improbable, improbably it's the perfect size for you both to sit in this fucking chest.
We
Jesus.
invented the wagon.
You invented that little red wagon thing with the little pull handle. You even make 2 pull handles for it, and they're 2 of the 3 bolts. There you go.
Mush, mush.
All right.
All right, so then me and Jeb are doing. Well, I say physical for mine because
Okay.
this is going to be a long ass trek.
Yeah.
Physical save is the biggest on mine too. So I'll do that.
Okay, go for it. You two are working together. I'm making the check somewhat easier because you do have these 2. However, I will still state that the Ruto is still freaking heavy.
Now, what if I told you that I got a 12
A natural.
and a natural, and then my physical is 7,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a 19.
Mm-hmm. Although basically you got a yes.
I got a yes.
You got a
I
fuck you volley. You got a yes.
I got
I
a
got a
5 plus 6.
Yeah, the 6. 5 plus 6, 11. You two can take off at a small sprint. It doesn't matter that this route high weighs a couple of £100. That's really no big deal at all. And you give them the smoothest, nicest ride. It is pretty much being like pulled across the snow by huskies. You guys,
It's like my days back in the military,
you,
running drills.
this
The
is
suspension on our wagon makes it perfect.
What?
yep. This is perfect.
You guys are just kind of bouncing along, just like.
All right. You guys basically run like hell. After about 3/4 of a mile, let's say a mile, you're about half a mile out from the kind of city. There's the spire of the city that you saw. I need the two in the lead. I need you to make a mental endurance roll for me, please.
Mental. All right.
The save?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The saving kind.
9.
9.
8.
You guys
7. 6. Sorry.
You guys are basically running at full pelt, and you get that feeling in the back of your neck. If you have hair on the back of the neck, it immediately rises. It goes tense. You have that fight or flight activated in you, and you feel that immediately. Every step's like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. For the Irralisk, you feel terror in your heart. It's that primal fear, and that primal fear is really fucking strong. It is so strong, you let go of the wagon, and you are basically stopped and rooted in place. Except that the back of your legs get hit by the wagon with a couple of £100 on it, and you hit the deck. But that primal fear, that primal urge to run or stop, it's there. What do you guys want to do?
Can I attempt an intimidate on Jeb to make him not be afraid of whatever else and be more afraid of me if he doesn't get his ass moving?
I'm going to say yes, but there is a proviso. This is a very difficult check because he is dealing with a primal fear, and you're just a scrawny little human. As big and tough as you are, Sebastian.
All right. I'm going to try it anyways.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's cocked. Sorry.
Cocked.
I landed on my mat. It's cocked.
Cacked.
All right. That is... Oh, God, math. That's a 13.
You reach him. Yeah, you reach him. He loses that kind of terrified look, and you come kind of back to your senses, but you don't really have any idea what's going on other than that you want to run, but you are now in control as to whether you actually run or not.
Jeb, stop pussyfooting around, grab the fucking rope, and let's go.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, something's gonna be more wrong with your face if you don't move your ass. Let's go.
The two of you in the wagon, I need you also to now make mental endurance saves.
Crit plus 5.
Fuck mine, dude.
Wow.
I rolled a natural 11.
Alright, on your natural 12, you realise there's something off. But, I don't know why everyone's worried. I mean, it's woods. Of course they're kind of freaky to some people. I mean, what the hell's going on? The Rutai in your party loses your shit. This is not okay. Every single hair follicle in your fur just goes up on end. It's much like a terrified cat, except you're a giant sloth. And you basically bolt in the other direction. You overturn this little
very
wagon.
fast because unfortunately I'm very slow.
All right, in slow motion, the wagon falls over, and you guys see this lumbering sloth get to their feet and basically sprint. No, do fast walking in the other direction.
As they start trying to get away, I just want to reach out a tentacle, wrap it around one foot, and then let them trip.
I will allow you to trip her. That's fine.
Do I need to roll for that? Or
No, you don't. No, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where you guys are. These are the feelings that you're feeling. These are the horribleness that is going on.
Guys, what the fuck? Stop it. Let's go. Back in the thing.
Can I roll Can I roll a manipulate on CJ?
How are
If
you
you just get
manipulating
back, if you just get back in the wagon, whatever it is will disappear.
her? Take a. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say charisma because that's kind of a lie. We're gonna go
Oh,
charisma
I
because you don't know
Did you
for sure.
manipulate
I
high?
honestly don't think it's a lie because we're gonna move the wagon and then whatever it is will be gone.
What about manipulate? Do you have a high manipulate?
That's what I'm using.
I'm
Okay, cool.
sorry. I'm gonna go with charisma because you don't know that for sure.
Do I think it's a lie?
Do you? Do you
I don't
really
think so.
that as you came towards this area and you got this horrible feeling that it's gonna suddenly disappear by moving
There's a
more
city.
towards it?
There's a city up ahead. If we get to the city, it's probably gonna be fine.
Okay, I will let you take the intellect then.
I don't care
Yeah,
about the intellect. I just need it not
vaguely.
to be a lie.
Oh, okay, no, I wasn't worried about it being a blatant lie or not. It's just it's whether the manipulator is, or whether it's a charisma or
Okay.
an intellect manipulate.
So-
I wasn't worried about a lie.
Oh, it's still only a 7. Whatever.
In that case, you may re-roll your mental endurance save, CJ.
An unnatural 11.
Yes, the idea of getting back in the wagon is a really good one. Also, the wagon was really comfy.
It's so comfy. We could just sell this wagon and solve all our financial problems.
All right.
Casey, you are the best Ruto. Alright, you see CJ slowly right the cart and get back in the wagon. For those of you who aren't CJ, I'd like you to make... Actually, it doesn't matter. You're going to hear this anyway. All 4 of you hear the sounds of running, the sounds of skidding to a halt, and you hear the sounds of fighting. And it is nearby through the trees, ahead of you, between you and the city.
Oh. Alright, full steam ahead with the
Yeah,
trunk.
let's go to the city.
Go.
We have to save the queens. That fight over there doesn't matter.
Alright, as you guys get yourself back aboard the cart, you guys, your wagon, fuck mine, you grab your wagon, you two run at full pelt with your fellows. As you careen forward, you come into a small clearing and you see that there are 3 Irralisk, and they are fighting one giant spider. The spider has very coarse fur, and you can see that the kind of like the hairs around the kind of eye areas, it's a ring of much darker fur, which the Irralisk in your group will know them to be called bespeck spiders because of the markings. And you can also sense and see that there are what can only be described as Irralisk without their carapace, which kind of looks like you've peeled everything off of a cockroach, but left all kind of like the kind of basic layer of skin behind it.
You.
They are fleshy, they are grey, and looking at them, especially for an Irralisk, makes you want to vomit. This is what you see. You can see 2 of those kind of, you know them to be death worms. These 2 death worms, and you see the spider fighting the 3 Irralisk. What do you guys want to do? They are directly in your path.
Wait, are the deathworm things bad?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, no, the way you were describing it made me think that the spider like flayed the skin from the other Irralisk, like there were more of them.
No, there are 3
Okay.
Irralisk, 2 death worms, and a bespeck spider.
Gotcha.
Push through, push through. Ignore all the bad stuff and push through.
I
How
mean, how much
does it-
time do we have?
Not a lot.
You have at this point about an hour.
How much room's in the wagon?
You two fill it nicely. It's the perfect size for you two.
What if I get out of the wagon? Then how much room is in it?
You definitely wouldn't be able to fit an Irralisk in it.
Dang.
Captain, what are we doing? Fighting? Running? What?
Does it look like the fight is leaning towards one direction or not? Does it look like the spider
It
in those
seems to be
two burst things?
leaning towards the death worms. Spider and Irralisk could be damn.
Huh.
Your call.
Mm.
Might want to make a quick one. Quick call.
As
Let's
this
go.
goes down, you see that the Irralisk, there are 3 of them. There is one which is kind of smallish and bluish in colour, which you know to be an artisan of types, and you see the other 2 are kind of larger with much thicker carapace, and they come to be like an amberish colour in tone. And you see, as you deliberate on what you're going to do, you see this deathworm basically reach forward, and you hear a resounding crack, and you see one of the Irralisk amber ones fall to the ground, not moving.
Well, shit. Do I think that one of these could help us find that? Do I know exactly where I'm going, or do I think that one of these would be able to help me find a faster way there?
You would know where the city is. You know what the city is. You know where you're trying to get to. There is a central chamber for where most of the queens basically chat and do their politics and stuff. You know where you could get to that, but you don't know the specifics of them inside there, because you haven't been home in an exceptionally long time, and this has probably not been your natural home because you use contractions, so you're probably a symbiote on a different world.
Would any of us know what it means to be a small blue one
Take a
rather than
knowledge
a
check.
big amber one?
Take a knowledge check.
Knowledge.
Yep.
I'm decent at those. Except I crit failed.
Holy crap! It's blue. Dubba dee dubba die. That's all you get.
Hey guys, look, it's a blue one.
It's blue. It must be sad.
Do I know what that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it to be an artisan type, basically someone who is good at making stuff, as opposed to the brown, which tend to be more soldier type.
Okay.
I do say
Everyone
tends
needs
to.
to stop dying.
The one that fell to the ground, is it dead? Does it seem to be?
It's dead. There's you guys can turn your head significantly, but you can't turn it 180.
Right. Well, guys, they might be able to help us find it. I don't know exactly where we're going. I know it's somewhere up in there, but
All right, fight time then. And
help.
Full gun
Sebastian, would you like to go first, Onyx? Go ahead.
Oh, you can go first. You're way more gung-ho for fighting than I am.
All right.
I forgot I had
Sebastian.
mute on. Hold on.
What?
I am a doctor. I can heal it if you bring it to me.
It's probably dead. Not gonna work. Running in. Sebastian is gonna pull out his cricket bat because I have a fucking cricket bat.
Yeah.
I cock my shotgun.
How British of you.
Totally not. And I'm gonna start trying to bludgeon the shit out of these death worms.
You're going for the death worm.
Yeah.
Okay, death worms plural. Okay,
Worms.
you essentially drop the handle of this the wagon that you've been pulling, and you easily sprint across to where you see this death worm attacking let's say attacking Bluey. And
Yeah,
you see this
see
death
Blue.
worm has basically like jumped on top of the back of Blue, who seems to be ineffectually trying to wail at it, and you swing really hard with your cricket bat. Take an attack roll with your cricket bat for me.
Hooray!
Hoorah!
14.
14. Yeah, you whack it upside the head of good and roll some damage for me.
Okay, that's a. I do a lot of damage with this bat. What the fuck?
Damage is one of those exceptions to the rule for adding only 10 to any dice roll.
I got 16 damage.
Whoa, damn son.
It's a lot of
It's a
damage.
it's a d6 plus 11, and I rolled a 5.
Fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Do you run over and just like one arm swing? Do you two arm swing? Do you stand next to it a bit like a golf club and then whack it in the head, waiting for a cricket? How do you wanna smoosh this thing?
I imagine it's like like in Super Smash Bros. With the home run bat. You just swing it. There's the music, and then bing, and it goes flying.
All right, you guys see this death worm just like you hear a resounding smack of wood against flesh, and you see this deathworm go flying off into the trees, where you hear another flesh against wood this time, and it crumples to the ground, oozing its kind of darkish, brownish, blackish ooze in the form of its blood, and you're pretty sure you nailed that one.
Oh, that was definitely a.
That was definitely done. That was definitely a gun one.
All right. Give me a hand here, Blood. What? I don't know cricket terms. What is the equivalent of a home run in cricket?
A 6.
All right. I just did a 6.
You did a 6. So there's 4, which means you hit it and it hits the ground and then bounces over the boundary line, and then there's a 6, which means it doesn't touch the ground and goes over the boundary line, which means
that's a good thing.
Points, and that's for scoring a 6. Yeah.
Okay, I did that
very good
then.
Thing. Yeah, you just scored 6. Okay. Cool. So yeah, you just hit a 6. Awesome. Who wants to go next?
I will, and I'll just pull out my little shooter and aim at the other deathworm.
Okay. This deathworm's caught a little bit more hidden by the big brown one, so hitting this one's going to be a bit more difficult. But go for it.
I aim at the spider.
The spider is it's about 5 foot tall. Its legs are covered in gnarly hair. It's this thing is horrible. It's not pleasant. So yeah, hitting it's gonna be exceptionally easy because fuck spiders.
What if I aim for the face?
You want to aim for the face of the spider?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a cooled shot, so it's gonna be a bit more difficult, but go for it.
Okay. +5. Oh, that's a 6.
In total?
Yep.
You basically you take a shot, you line it up, and pew. The spider moves sort of at the last minute, and your shot goes completely wide. But you don't nail any of your companions who are running into melee range.
Yay!
All right. I'm gonna say, for the sake of brevity, that it is the deathworm's go. The remaining deathworm, which was on the other side of let's call him Amber. On the other side of Amber, you can see this deathworm jumps and attacks the neck of Amber. Let's see how he does, shall we? Let's fuck this guy. Well, he fucked that royally. You see
Don't
this...
fuck the deathworm.
Okay, he screwed that up. No, that's worse.
He screwed the pooch. No, wait, that's still bad.
That's even bad. You see this deathworm launch at the neck, but you see the Irralisk who basically... You see the Irralisk raise one of its razor-sharp arms, and you see this deathworm basically just smash into that, and you see this huge score appearing across its chest. That's going to be their two's go. Attack and receive. So it is now... Well, it's either CJ or it is going to be Jeb's go. CJ, what are you doing? No, you're going to say it's the captain's go. Alright, Commander Jeb.
Shotgun!
Shotgun!
Yep. I'm gonna walk up to it and shoot it with that shotgun. The gross flesh thing. I don't like those.
Deathworms. Yeah, this is...
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna finish that.
So is this a regular shotgun or like a laser shotgun?
No, this is a standard Spaz 12.
Jeb with that. You gave him a trucker hat and a shotgun.
Of course I did. I forgot it was you I was making it for. Now I was like, this is too bad to change.
Alright, so that's a 3 plus 10.
Fuck mine. You're gonna...
13.
Do you want to walk over? Alright, roll me some damage
Yes.
before I decide how this looks.
Okay, that's a D10 plus 9 for damage.
Sure. Oh, also has scatter. So roll me a D... How close are you going to get when you fire this?
Pretty close, because I think it's close to the other Irralisk, right?
Yep.
I don't want to...
Yep.
So I'd probably have to get pretty close.
Okay, roll a D4 for me. So with shotguns, you have a special thing called scatter. So the closer you are, the more damage you do. And
Whoa.
in this case, because you're basically walking straight up to it, you get to have 1d4 shots. So essentially, when you pull the trigger, you will times it by the number on your d4, but you also lose that many shots from your clip. So go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to roll that D4, and then you tell me the things that you just said.
Sure.
2.
2. Okay, so you lose 2 shots from your ammo clip.
Okay.
And then you double the amount of damage you're about to do.
So
Well then, that's a lot.
that is 1 damage plus 9, 10
20 damage.
plus the yeah.
You guys basically hear as you basically see this death worm disintegrate into a fine red mist. Does Sebastian have bloody mess as a trait or a perk?
No.
Okay, does anyone?
I do.
Oh, you have sexy and bloody mess. Oh, fuck mine. Alright, good to know.
You did this.
I know, but I
You're the
forgot
one
what I
who
made
made
you
it.
guys. I forgot, alright? It's been a while since been a while. I made them the other night. I was kind of tired. I kind of completely forgot what I did to everyone, so cool.
Also, I have one really important thing I want to say about what Neil just did.
Mhm.
America!
America.
Merc. Yeah. Shotguns.
Shotguns, trigger hats,
That's how
Blast-
we do it.
America.
That's how we do it here on Lisk.
Wow, that's amazing.
I think we've
Okay.
accidentally officially made Lisk like the Space America.
Space America.
America.
Space Texas.
Lisk is a
Texas.
truck stop.
No, they're a very elegant and beautiful. Yes, fine.
Space Texas. Space Texas.
That makes me so happy. All right, you. In that case, yeah, you guys see this death worm basically disintegrate in a pile of black, brownish, and greyish goo. There is 1 bespeck spider left when CJ has its go.
Ugh. They're gonna throw a wrench at it.
Okay, make an armed CC attack for me. I believe you have wrench on your list.
I don't know. I can't see.
Where it says weapons, there should be.
It says wrench. Yeah, I thought you said range. I was like, no,
No,
I
no,
don't see
no,
that anymore.
no,
I don't know
no.
what's going on.
Wrench. Okay.
I have a big red wrench.
You do have a big red wrench. So how are you through? Are you going to stand? Are you going to stay sitting? Are you going to get out of your wagon?
They're just gonna stay sitting. They're gonna be like,
Okay, go for it. Make an attack roll.
that's a hold on. Can't.
If disadvantage is a thing, she needs that for how slow she throws it. She can't get enough momentum.
14.
All right. She would have a negative because she is doing it exceptionally slowly. The way that she demonstrated it was like bump. But she would also get a bonus because fuck spiders. And you guys see this big red wrench just go flying end over end through the air. What do you what damage do you want? What damage are you doing?
It's
This is
a
the
D8,
second time
right?
Casey has had a fuck spider bonus.
Fuck spider bonus.
Good.
Everyone gets fuck spider bonuses when they're playing with me. Fuck spiders.
Fuck spiders. You guys. It's an 8, right? D8.
It's a D8, yeah. Plus whatever your whatever.
I
it says
found
on the
this
sheet.
really pretty D8, and I don't remember where I got it. I just think that's really important. It's like purple and blue. Okay. And it gave me a 1. So that's great.
What'd you get?
Plus 7.
So 8.
So 8.
Okay. You guys see this big red wrench go flying end over end through the air, and you see the not the kind of the hefty end, but you see the handle basically smack it, squaring one of these eyes, and you see this eye kind of like a little bit as it pops out of place, and you see this goo pouring down its face. It howls in rage.
Squiggy!
Yeah, it howls in rage, but it's not dead. I'm gonna say it is now Bluey's go, and it's now the bespeck spider's go. So Bluey, being the tiny little artisan they are, they basically look up at Sebastian, and go, and basically run and hide behind you, wrapping their arms around the bottom part of your body, like. They are scared. They are using you as a human shield.
Aw, they love me.
They're scared. And you guys see Amber being jumped on by the bespeck spider. And you see the spider sink its enraged, its pissed off fangs into this poor Irralisk. Which it does. And I'm not even sure it's going to get past its armor. It does a little bit. And you guys see this spider bite down in between the carapace plates. And you see this kind of like, you hear it kind of click in pain. And you see this like small squirting of blood as you see the spider sink its fangs in and hold on. Irralisk amongst group, Jeb will be aware that they are injecting some sort of poison into the Irralisk. It is now back to Sebastian's go. You have Bluey wrapped its arms around you.
Okay.
But it is behind you.
Right. And there's just the spooter now, right?
It's just the spider.
Alright, batter up. I'm gonna go play fucking cricket.
You go to the fold.
I'm gonna go play fucking cricket with a spider's head.
Okay. Okay, take a roll.
You know what? Because aren't cricket bats are like that? Like it's got like two like sharper ends to it. Like it's kind of like rounded, but it looks more like a oval.
He's using the narrow edge.
Yeah, you can use it. There's a flat, and then there's a triangle kind of bit on the back. That's about it. You can use the wrong side of the bat.
I want to use the sharper, more blade-like area.
Okay, I need to know now. Did you sand this into a blade?
I feel like I probably would have.
Okay.
I don't doubt that.
You have desecrated 100-year-old tradition, and you have basically
it's a melee weapon now. I don't care.
You've defiled your cricket bat and you've put an edge on one side. Go for it.
England no longer exists. Fuck it. And I'm gonna aim for the spider's neck area.
Valanda, he's disrespecting cricket and England. I think you should give him like a minus for that.
No, because in this universe, as far as I understand it, Earth is destroyed, so England don't exist no more. So fuck it.
Okay, I will drop some knowledge on you. Although that may all be true, there is still, out here in Serrano, there is still a royal lineage. So there is still a prince and or princess existing in this system.
It's me.
Well, I don't see any land for them to rule over, so
well, you
whatever.
can plant a flag on behalf of your majesty. I'm just saying, you may want to be aware of this. But you may not care. I don't care.
Nope.
Do what you want.
I'm gonna play fucking cricket with this thing's head.
The world is destroyed and we still have to deal with the royal family?
I got 19.
Yeah.
Got a 19?
I rolled a 9 and I have a plus 10.
Oh shit, hold on.
Fuck mine. Even all the negative piled on you for disrespecting my motherland and one of our traditions, a 19 really says it all. Go and roll some damage.
You made this character, remember that.
I did. This is my own fault.
Alright. That's another 5 plus 11, so 16.
How do you describe you decapitating this fucking thing?
Oh thank God, I don't have to fight now.
I imagine Sebastian running over, Blue still like clinging on for dear life, just runs over, 2 hands over the head, and just bam down right on top of it.
What do cricketers call out when they do shots?
What?
Is there like a thing that like they call out in cricket when they hit a ball?
No, they just hit the ball and run to the other end.
Casey, what do people yell when they hit a ball in baseball?
There's nothing that...
Touchdown!
No.
Oh my God.
No, they don't. Yep, they don't.
No, just keep going.
We
just
applaud.
ignore her.
We
Ignore
cheer and we applaud. Like, yeah, well done.
In
Fucking
cricket,
good shot,
they yell
yeah.
4.
If you
No,
guys want to
that's
applaud
golf.
That's
Sebastian,
golf.
that's fine.
Okay, listen, I don't know cricket as well. I know rugby.
Although you can do a 4 in cricket too, so yeah, whatever.
Rugby is hella awesome. That shit
Oh,
is
right.
like
I love rugby.
destructive.
Rugby's
I
so
know. Isn't it the best? I
Mhm.
love watching people get injured.
Can I go try to save
I'm
the
gonna roll
guy
to
that
save
got
the princess.
bit?
Anyway, how before we deal with any of that, what the fuck do you yell when you hit things with a cricket bat? You don't. You just move on. What does like decapitating this thing? What does it look like? Go on. Let's give you some details.
I imagine it's just smashing through. There's the sound of cracking shitness shell shit from Spider. There's green gooey crap flying all over the place. Maybe a little bit splatters on Blue. Blue screeches a little bit because it's disgusting.
Not it.
It's a good time. Sebastian's enjoying it. Everybody else probably not as much.
There's like horrible greenish yellowish blood just flying through the air, like someone's put an explosive in a paint can. It's beautiful. It's unbelievably beautiful, and
Sebastian is painting a pretty picture.
Yep, and in his own mind, "Singing in the Rain" is going off as he's seeing this blood splatter down around him. All right, so that's that grossness.
Damn, Valanda, like props for the Clockwork Orange.
You're most welcome.
That shit just still gives me nightmares.
That is a fucking rad film. Okay, yeah, so we move on from my Clockwork Orange reference, and we go to what you guys want to do now. There is a couple of deads. Oh, now that the 2 death worms are toasted, that fight or flight reflex, which has been garnered in all of you, dies. It's gone.
Hooray!
Completely back to normal. What do you guys
Can I
want to do now?
save Amber who got bit?
Of course you can.
And the one that fell down and looks dead.
That one's probably dead. This one's probably poisoned because spiders.
CJ? Seems to be trying to say something.
She's been
Does anyone need medical assistance?
quickly.
I will work at my pace, Commander.
Right.
Or no one will get healed.
Okay, well, you're about to get left in the woods, so.
Alright, so in that case, we have Lothar running off towards Amber to see what can be done. What is CJ doing medically wise? Are they going to help them also?
Yeah, they're gonna help if someone brings them someone to help. They're not getting out. They're not getting out of the thing. Do you know how long it's going to take CJ to like move out of the thing?
You're taking this stuff, man. Amazingly well. Okay, so we have the Gendar getting out and running like across the ground towards where the Amber, who
I prefer to think I go in little floaty hops. Yep.
I just picture you as Squidward, honestly.
It basically is. Yeah, you basically see this Gendar kind of like half float, half hop their way across the ground. And yes, you come up to Amber, who has been bitten in the neck by this spider.
Can I see if there's anything I can do with a medic check?
You can definitely attempt to diagnose. I would hasten to add that this is kind of difficult because it's not a Gendar. And I see CJ flapping at us. Very, very slowly.
I'm just saying, hello. They are a doctor.
So
A very shitty one that won't get off their fucking ass.
Okay, I'll rephrase. Do you want to take the doctor with you?
I'll bring Amber back to the doctor.
Okay.
Smart choice.
Amber is able to like stumble a little bit. They don't really understand what's going on. And you guys between you can do a medic check.
Health insurance.
Space. Pay for everything.
Insurance? Is this a human thing?
Oh my fucking god! Right, you two. Between you, what kind of are you gonna? Are you? I assume diagnose. So one of you take the lead in rolling a medic diagnose for me.
I'll do it because I have +2 to my medic rolls.
I have +5.
Well, I mean, plus my. I mean, I have +8 total, and then another extra +2 if I'm diagnosing.
That makes way more sense.
That's why she's the doctor.
It's like, I knew that, but it's like, but only +2 on a doctor? What?
She's a shit doctor. What'd you get?
Unnatural 12.
Okay. With a 12, this has definitely been poisoned. It's difficult because again, it's not a root eye. It's not exactly your biology, but you've seen enough Irralisk. I mean, Jeb has occasionally cut his hand.
Yeah, I would argue that that CJ is decent with the biology of everyone that is on their ship because they would be doing all the checkups for all of their shipmates.
I love the fact that you have annual checkups. None of the other doctors I've ever played with ever bothers. This is perfect.
They're really annoying. They take forever.
One must make sure one is healthy at all times.
It's an all-day thing.
This is amazing. Okay. I'll take it. Yeah. Okay, I'll take that as a decent argument. This has definitely been poisoned. The poison is spreading fairly quickly, and it's some sort of paralysis poison.
I am going to. I somehow only have 1 doctor bonus, so I'm going to just medic at it and try to heal it.
Do you have a doctor's bag?
Oh. Yes, I do.
There's a chance that you'll have some sort of medication in there. So go ahead and make a medic check.
Oh no. I rolled an 11.
He's dead.
I would like to throw out that you guys do have rerolls. You have.
I'm gonna
legendary
re-roll
points for
that
a reason.
because that is not cool. And I rolled an 11 again. I just...
Can I give her a legendary point?
I have a legendary point. Can I use it?
You can keep using them. I don't care. So yeah, if you want to use your last legendary point, go for it.
I haven't used one yet. Or does a reroll a legendary point?
Reroll.
Legendaries can be used before or as a reroll.
$17.
Okay, what is your ranks in medic?
Excuse me?
The second column, ranks.
I have 2 ranks.
4, 6, 8. Roll a d8 and plus your medic.
My whole thing or just my ranks?
The whole thing.
16.
Okay. You check through your bag oh so slowly. You open up the bag. You don't even really bother look. You kind of look in its eyes. It's poison. And as like your Gendar's like, what the hell is going on? You just see you open this bag very, very slowly. Reach in, pull out 2 vials, look at them both, decide between them, put one of them back in the bag, decide that's the wrong one, put it back in the bag. You put the syringe in, you pull it out, and you just jab at the kind of squidgy section between the shit in them. Where it was carapace, where it was a bin, and all of about 5 minutes later, you see that Amber is beginning to move around again. They seem to be better than they were. They seem to be on the road to recovery.
Come into your doctor for regular checkups for the next few weeks to make sure that the poison is completely gone. I think I broke Arch.
I think you broke Volley. Why do you guys want to break me so much? Okay, that's what you two are up to. Basically tending and keeping an eye on Amber. What are the other 2 up to? What are Sebastian and what's Jeb up to?
Sebastian's probably trying to like wrench Blue off of him. Be like, Captain, talk, get this thing off me and just talk. We need to go.
Yeah, he goes up to the Blue. Yeah, hey, little one. You got, you know where the queens are? I know that's a weird question. I need to get to them.
It looks up at you. Are you speaking in Click or are you speaking in...
Click, yeah.
Okay. To your ears, Sebastian, you basically just hear like this beatboxing competition going on between the 2 of them. And Click, the Bluey, who has his arms wrapped around Sebastian still, who just seems to not be letting go, looks up at you and says, the queens? Why do you need the queens?
Well, those scaly guys are coming for him, and we're trying to get them to safety.
But this is nothing new. Why would they be coming now?
All of them are coming is the issue, and we need to make sure that they're not all here in one place for them to destroy the planet.
They're gonna destroy the planet. And Sebastian, you feel like the arms like wrench even tighter around you. That you're not going anywhere, buddy.
Captain, That's it.
No.
Not do it. No, get off.
No, well, that's why we need to do something. We need to know where the queens are. We came to, let everybody know so that we could do something about it.
You see Bluey relax its grip a little bit and eventually finally take the arms away and it's like, I am a scribe to Hive Clack. I can take you to my queen.
Well, there are other queens there?
There may be some queens in audience with Clack, but
sure, yeah. That
okay.
sounds great. Yeah. How far is it?
It's a couple of hours walk that way.
Oh no.
Looks up in the
No.
direction.
Are there any real close ones?
Yes, there should be some of them back at the city.
Right. Can you take us there to the city, and then we can try to get a ship there in the city and get as many people. We only got how much time? Like an hour?
Less than that, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we got less than an hour. Probably before shit really starts flying here. We need to get somewhere
before the planet
real
is
quick.
destroyed. And you see,
no,
Bluey's arms sort of begin to wail out towards where Sebastian is standing again.
Before we start to have issues, at least. We don't know what's going on, but we need to get somewhere very quickly. So,
okay. I can take
nearest ones.
I can take you back to the city. That's not a problem.
City sounds
Sebastian is
great.
stepping away from Blue while he's free.
Every time, you step off, Bluey steps kind of with you.
Come here, little one. Come here.
Bluey kind of looks at Sebastian, who turned up like a fucking hero, and looks back at you, and sort of shuffles their way towards you.
All right. Nothing to worry about, but we do need to go very fast.
To the wagon.
You want
To the wagon.
You want to sit in the wagon? How heavy is it?
Bluey's probably about half the weight of Amber. Amber's probably about a good 2/3 of the weight of your Ruto companion.
We could leave Amber here. Fuck Amber. Amber is a hoe.
Wow. That's wow. Okay. You don't even know Amber. Amber's a fucking hero. Amber single-handedly. No, I'm joking.
No, I single-handedly. Fuck that.
You don't know. You don't know what they had to go through to get here, man. You don't know.
I got you, Blue.
Got their asses bit.
Oh my god.
I got you, Blue.
I got you, Blue.
Fuck me.
Okay, Amber can come with us if they want, but they can't fit in the wagon. Let's go.
No one else can really fit in the wagon. It's
All right,
just
Amber.
two.
Lead
It's
the
okay.
way. You gotta lead the way anyway, so...
I'll just sit on the sloth lap.
Okay. Cool.
Wrap my tentacles around her neck so I can hold on. Or its neck.
Its neck around Amber or Bluey or Casey.
Around the sloth.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed
CJ.
that, CJ. All right, CJ, if you don't mind, you're about to be carrying Lothal a bit like Yoda, wrapping its tendrils around you.
Well, sorry, I keep forgetting I have my stupid thing. I had it muted. Hold on.
But Mike's muted.
What are you doing?
And just as you finish that sentence, Bluey climbs to the wagon.
I point
Hello,
with another tentacle.
small Irralisk.
Which you translate to being, hi, my name is Click, not Blue. And you basically see one of its very sharp forearms point out. It's very thin, very delicate. Very, very opposite to how Jeb is.
What color is Jeb?
I don't know. What colour do you want to be?
Click.
Picturing like a light brown, but with very dark patches
You should be blue.
and like textures.
Okay. Yeah, you can have swirly brown and white if you wish. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like pretty neutral colors.
Click. Like your language. much.
Yes.
Oh my god.
All right, those of you pulling the wagon.
Please save me from the racism.
Yes.
What
color is-
racism?
What color is exasperated?
Pick a color. No, magnolia. Fuck that. You're magnolia colored.
I'm Magnolia.
Yep, you're magnolia right now. You are clearly ticked off.
Why are you irritated, Lothal?
I use another tentacle that I'm not using to hold on, just to like pat her on the or pat CJ on the shoulder or something. Say it's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay, let's save ourselves from this. So, those of you who are pulling the wagon, make another physical
Physical.
You
endurance
guys
save
can't
for
let
me,
me
please.
do things like play a sloth. I'm sorry. It's your own
amazing.
fault.
I fucking love this, Casey, more than you could ever know.
16.
16.
Yeah, same actually.
Oh wow! Yeah, you two again take off at speed. It's a fairly comfortable ride for those inside. It's more difficult. You're not going anywhere near as fast as you were before because you are taking an extra passenger now, and they are no mean weight. But,
Bye, Amber.
you've left Amber behind. Amber's coming too, and yeah, just remember Amber's name, will you?
Amber's a hoe.
Amber is a hoe. All right. Okay. You guys make your way fairly quickly to the city. For you, Jeb, this is nothing new. It's just basic city, you know, basic walls, basic, you know, doors, basic people. For those of you who have never seen Irralisk City before, this thing is a piece of beauty. There are spires made out of kind of looks like carapace, but it's see-through. It's translucent. There are kind of multiple different kind of hues and colours in this. There are browns, oranges, dark purples, almost blacks. In places you can see that there are blues and even yellows and greens. It looks gorgeous. This is it's a pretty high structure, and off to one side you can see a kind of more industrial looking thing where it's literally just sheets of this kind of transparent carapace stuff. Thank you for the follow or stream or whoever it is. Follow. No, that's it. Someone hosted. Thank you. I really should move that to being on top of the box so I can actually read what it says. You see that this thing is very beautiful. It's been crafted with a lot of care. Off to one side you can see that there is a more industrial setup. Oh gosh, not again. You can see that there is a very industrial looking building. It's kind of very square, not like the ornate spires and spirals of the main city itself. And you can see that attached to this kind of industrial kind of building off to one side, you can see there are a series of small Irralisk ships, spacefaring ships. You can see there are a lot of Irralisk flowing in and out of the main city itself. This is what you guys see, and as you arrive, Blue switches back into trade so you can understand, and he says, "You'll find the queens in the center of the village, in the center of the city, in the center of the above city. There should be a meeting place. When I left, they were wrapping up their meeting. There's a chance that they should be leaving soon."
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for saving us. I have to return to Amber and back to my hive.
Well, we wish you luck. Be safe. We'll do our best.
Thank you. And Click gets off the wagon and at a sprint heads back towards where you left Amber.
Fuck Amber. Amber is a hoe.
Cool. Cool.
Alright, full sprint down the road. We have to keep going. Gotta go find the queens.
At this point, you've probably got about 40 odd minutes left.
More sprinting.
Yeah.
Faster, Jeb. I'll race you. Wait.
Alright, CJ, are you guys grabbing this wagon and running with that? Or are you forcing all your companions to walk and actually run?
Well, what seems to be faster at this point?
The wagon.
Imagine the wagon's probably faster.
The wagon.
The wagon, then.
It's the wagon. Okay.
Can we call it the battle wagon?
Wagon. Only if you're about to have a bunch of Gretchens and Snotlings jump out. Okay.
Lothal, I need you to mount some weapons on that thing. Call it the battle wagon.
I pull up my wrench.
Oh,
no, that's not a weapon.
Fucking hell. Are you gonna do that for reals?
Later.
Okay. Okay.
Mount a 50 caliber on there.
Oh my god. You don't have a 50 cal. You do have a shotgun though. You could mount
You're
that if you
hitting
really
things with a wrench.
want. Okay. I might have a question. Did CJ retrieve her wrench? I don't remember if you guys said she did or not.
I don't think they did. They
Okay.
didn't get out of the thing, so no, they don't have a wrench anymore.
In that case, your wrench is left behind. I am very sorry. Not.
Rip.
Rip wrench. Rip big red wrench.
Now you just have to run at people with your syringe. Everybody's afraid of needles, so it's
Sucks
fine.
to suck.
Yep.
You just and they're like, no, needles, my worst nightmare.
True.
Okie dokie. You guys are running at a full sprint as fast as you can with this little truck. I'm gonna let you guys ride the ridiculous highs that you've had pulling this goddamn truck. You
Hooray!
fuck this shit. You guys run at full pelt, and it's the weirdest scene for the Irralisk that you are basically bolting your way past to get to this city. They're just looking at this kind of like little red trunk wagon thing with like the lid sort of like bouncing to one side. We can see this kind of like big caramel covered like coloured like root eye with this Gendel covered in beige like wrapped around it. You see this human and this giant Irralisk like running forward. It is, let's say, the weirdest scene that I have ever seen running into this Irralisk city. Let's go with that. You guys run into the city. As soon as you enter the city, it's a particularly big archway that you can just run into. You can put like 6 or 7 Irralisk abreast and walk in and out this fairly well. And you can see that there are rows and rows of traders and merchants down here. As soon as you enter, for those of you who aren't Irralisk and for those of you who have an acute sense of smell, probably particularly the human,
Can I smell?
you can smell. You would probably have the most you'd have the most sensitive sense of smell. One of the ways that the Gendal communicated before they co-opted the ability to have verbal speech is that they communicated through colour and through smell. So for you, you're basically reading someone attempting to speak Gendal, and it's terrible. But the closest sense of smell that the human would get is to that of Old Spice. It's very nice down here.
Oh fuck yeah!
It's very offensive.
What?
It's terrible. It's offensive and horrible, and the Gendal doesn't like it. It's the
No,
equivalent
it smells
of,
great.
It's offensive in my language.
Well, your language needs to update because that smells wonderful.
That is amazing. There is clearly, you know, Jeb doesn't really notice at all. It's just what the hives smell like. It's just what they are. And yeah, you basically come to this very long kind of like main street really, where you have sellers and in various shops either side, some of them in stalls, and at the very end of this very long passage that you can see that off to the left there is clearly signs for like the equivalent would be like Westminster Hall, that kind of thing, like or the White House, that kind of thing, and off to the other side you can see it leads to like the rest of like the kind of like habitats and all the other important buildings here. So what do you guys want to do? You can hear people like calling out in Click, and in Click they're shouting things like 4 for £1 and 4, you know, 5 for £5 or something like that. They're selling their wares.
Let's go shopping.
No.
I
shopping if you
could
want.
use a new wrench.
I seriously thought you were about to burst out into Aladdin there.
Me?
Yeah.
We can get you a wrench on the ship. Oh, wait.
We
Rap.
could use a new ship.
We sure could, but we ain't got money, and we ain't got any queens to put on that ship yet. So we need to.
Ain't got money.
Let's go. Straight to the spire.
Yeah, we'll call it the Spire.
Cool.
It's
Yeah,
got
that
the
sounds
meeting
cool.
chamber down here, but I think because it was set up slightly different when I ran this before, we'll call it the Spire. Yeah, so you know where the Spire is. It's your central place of government is where the Irralisk hegemony is. So yeah, you all run your way straight there. You can see a lot of Irralisk again, just like kind of going quiet, and then as you pass in like a ripple effect, like you pass and they become quiet, and then behind you the chatter builds as they're like, what the hell are they looking at, sort of thing. Yeah, and you guys sprint your way towards the end of this very long main street, and you turn left, and before you there is essentially the spire. You can see that there are a lot of Irralisk guards outside. These are really tall. They're about 8 foot. They're about half as wide again. They have exceptionally shiny and exceptionally sharp forearms. You become aware that some of them, at least Jeb will be aware that these particular type would probably be dripping some sort of poison potentially on the end of their blades. And these are huge and they are red. These are the elite guard.
Are they trying to stop us as we go in?
As you guys careen around the corner, are you going to run into them? Or are you going to stop?
We're going to try to move past them if they're kind of...
As soon as you make any sort of indication that you're going to try and move past them, you look kind of odd anyway. And you're also wearing a trucker hat, which is kind of odd. And you see these two Irralisk guard. They put their forearms out, blades angled towards you. They are in a pose where they are ready to jump and attack.
I would like to use sexy whether she wants it or whether they want it or not.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to blink at them. Very slowly.
Because it's the laziest thing that you could choose to do.
I'm sexy, even though I don't want it. I'm going to blink at them in like a seductive manner.
How to be sexy without any work.
Sit in a wagon.
I'm an expert at that in real life.
Just blink.
Okay, you guys run at full pelt towards them. As you become aware that they put their bladed arms up, you kind of skid to a little bit of a hop, like, I do not want to run into that full pelt, I'm going to get diced and sliced. You guys slow down a little bit, and none of you can see this, but the two Irralisk guard, they kind of like look at you running towards them, and then they're suddenly drawn to the amazing eyes of this kind of like caramel-covered Rutai, who just looks up with this kind of like beige thing wrapped around its neck a bit like a scarf, and it just tilts its head up a bit and just slowly blinks. And you see them lower their arms just a little.
I'm going to sexily blink again and also go like this. Hold on.
Oh my god, what am I seeing? Are you doing this in actual slow mo?
I am nothing if not dedicated to this sloth thing. And you can all laugh. You can all say, Casey, you shouldn't take it this far because your character is slowing down our entire group.
No,
or
take it this far.
Casey, you don't need, this is ridiculous and you're being ridiculous. But I say, this is true dedication. And I'm a true role player.
Casey, with the absolute dedication to your craft, take a legendary point.
Yes.
And secondly, you guys see them lower their blades, but they do not let you pass.
Sebastian, give Jeb the note thing.
You got that note?
You've got it. I mean, I'm sorry.
I don't got the note.
In a very demanding voice, which makes a very demanding click, which kind of reverberates through you all, and especially through Jeb, they issue the command to stop, and you kind of do stop in your tracks. But it's not said in a threatening way. It's just a case of like, oi!
Sebastian, you got that note?
Yeah, right. He fumbles around in his pockets, pulls out the tablet thingy.
All right. Okay. Here you go. We've been sent here to deliver some bad news.
You
Understatement.
you see the one of the Irralisk reach out, take this. You can see it run its forearm across, and you hear much like a needle running across vinyl. And see it do that and look at it, and they look at one another in a kind of a sheer panic. Jeb, you already know the contents of this, and you see the one who holding the tablet. They exchange something very, very quickly, very, very rapidly, and click. And the one with the tablet basically runs inside, and you see the other Irralisk guard standing there. And he looks at you and he says, "In trade. Thank you for delivering such grave news. we shall see that as many queens are evacuated as possible, but those who are further afield, then perhaps the spire itself may not make it. Thank you for your dedication. And he looks at Jeb. This will be noted in the records. Your acts.
I whispered to Jeb, ask him for a ship.
Our ship was lost.
That is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
We hitched a ride.
Yeah, you got a ship that we could tag along on?
If you can find room, but all of them will be dedicated to saving as many queens and officials as we are able. There will be no room for passengers. If this is truly the weapon we believe it will be.
Any broken ships? Sorry.
It's okay.
You see its eyes looking over to CJ. She's beginning to speak and completely phases out what the Gundar said.
I am a highly trained doctor. If you will allow my crew and I to board your ship, even in the storage area, I will make sure that any injuries gained while going to the ship are in fact treated. I have much experience with Irralisk biology.
Jeb kind of waves.
Oh my gosh! Until that moment, take a manipulate charisma for me.
I got a 10, which it says on my thing. I rolled a 10, which it says on my thing that I have hit where it hurts, so I score a crit on both a 10 and a 12.
Hit where it hurts. Did you hit anything where it may hurt?
Well, it didn't. I want to point out that on the thing, it doesn't say you have to hit somebody for me to score a crit.
It's kind of just in the name.
Called hit where it hurts.
She hit them right in the fields.
I hit them in the fields. Yes, thank you, Onyx.
Right, I can
do that with my shotgun if I would like.
In an opponent, I would argue you can find weak spots in a person's emotions.
With a shotgun, I shoot him and we enter, and we're taking a ship and we're going.
No, stop, Neil.
That's the backup.
I hit him.
Okay, you hit him square in the feels. He looks at you and he says,
he's like, well, shit. You know what? I do have this burn that's been really bugging me. It's kind of itchy.
You know, if you wouldn't mind helping a guy out. No.
Whoa!
He started it, man. He takes a step forward, and he says, I do not have a ship which I will be leaving on. I will be having to pass my... I will be choosing to offer my place to someone better suited to leave this planet. But I can attempt to make arrangements to get you on board something. You are, after all, the reason that we can even get our queens free. I shall do what I can. Head towards the dock. Yeah?
Oh, no, this is me being CJ. CJ is slowly placing their hands on top of the Irralisk. And then slowly just pats the hand.
Possibly the cutest thing ever. Tell them that Clankta sent you.
Clackta.
Yes. Now, good luck.
I will remember you.
You see it smile, like almost embarrassedly, and basically run inside to where the other one had run also.
Do they have the facial capability to smile?
Kind of, yeah.
In my head, I imagine they have like the pincery, like clacky things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does no one
like
see
move
District
to the side
9?
and move up, move there.
Mandibles, Sarge.
Yeah. Mandible.
Yeah, those things.
The mandible move in a way which indicate
Don't blind
pleasure.
us with your science words, Onyx.
Can't help it, I have 50 intellect.
Yep, that's a true thing. Carry on.
You know what? So do I, so...
Alright, what do you guys want to do now?
To the docks.
Yep.
Mush.
To the docks.
We gotta get the fuck off this planet before we all
Mush,
die with them.
mush.
Alright, you have about 15 minutes.
Okay, we're running like hell.
Run very fast.
Moosh.
Oh
Moosh.
my god.
I'm John Malkoviching it now. Run
Okay.
very fast.
Okay, I need the two who are pulling the wagon. I assume you're still pulling the wagon.
Uh-huh.
Why do I assume anything else? I will be making you make a roll. Like an endurance physical save for me.
That is a 13.
What'd you get?
10.
Okay.
With your with your extras?
Physical is 6 and I rolled 4.
Oh. If you want to use a legendary
Okay.
on that?
You guys
Are we being slowed down? Are we about to be?
You are being slowed down
Okay.
significantly. You
Yeah,
guys have
I'll
been
use-
running like hell before,
Did
but
you
you've been
wanna-
running almost
reroll?
constantly for like a fucking hour, carrying this like 200-pound Rutai in a bat, this like wagon thing.
I'm fat.
You're just big.
I'm gonna
It's
use
not
a
fat. You are just
legendary
big.
point.
There's no. You're gonna what? Sorry, use your legendary point.
Yeah, to try to get a move on faster.
Take a
If-
reroll
as
then.
soon
Yeah,
as
go
I
for it.
see that I'm slowing people down.
Yeah, go for your reroll.
9 plus 6, 15.
There you go.
There you go. We, you know, the Irralisk becomes aware that his entire planet is about to become jam, and he picks up the pace. Jeb, you actually struggle a little bit to keep up with him, but you are actually aiding the efforts. The fantastic adaptation to this fucking trunk wagon thing is is helping immensely.
See what happens when you're too slow. When you're two people that have trouble like walking at the same pace as you do, put their minds, their giant intellects together. They invent a sled.
It's a wagon.
Whatever. We invented something, and that's the point here.
It is. It's also bright red. Just so you know.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, it's pro red.
You
As
goddamn
guys,
right it
as you
is.
guys run down like the kind of like the quicker you go and the smoother you go, like the lid like bounces a lot less and becomes more smooth. You know, kind of like a wing. And you guys bolt your way towards the industrial craft where you saw those. By the time you get there, you've probably got about 3 minutes from what you were told. You become aware that a lot of Irralisk around you are panicking. They are panicking like hell. They are running to and fro. You can see some of these very large, very gorgeous Irralisk, with huge lower thoraxes, kind of like a palish greyish in colour, and kind of off-white, that kind of ivory kind of colour. And you see them being shepherded onto these ships, and as soon as like the airlock engages behind them, you see these ships going off. It's like they're taking a running start. You can see as you arrive there's probably about 2 or 3 ships nearby. There's one very close, but there appears to be like one of the queens almost being like shunted on, kind of like a passenger in the underground sort of thing. And you see 2 a bit further off. What do you want to do? You
Go to the one that doesn't have fat ass Queenie in the way.
Rude.
Oh my god, I've forgotten what his name is.
Clacktaw.
Okay, never mind. That's not what I was thinking of. Carry on. So you're going to run to a nearby one that isn't currently having a queen smooshed into it.
Mm.
All right, you rush up to this and you see that they have managed to get the last queen on. You see other queens a good few minutes behind you, but you highly doubt that they're going to be able to make it. And you see that these are the last 2 ships. There is an attendant. There is a kind of palish bluish attendant, kind of quite tall, quite an elegant looking creature, but the kind of lower thorax is huge. Yeah, and you see them kind of almost like about to pat the ship to let it know that it's ready to close up and go. What do you want to do?
Run through the fucking door before they lock it.
Yell Clack. You should yell Clacktaw while Clacktaw sent us while you're doing
Yeah, like as we're running by, and then CJ says it.
Clacktaw.
You see this blue attendant like stop moments from like smacking the side of the ship to let them know to go, and you see them like spin round and see the 4 of you approaching, and you see it kind of like, I want the 2 of you in the front to make an intimidation roll.
Gladly.
Good thing that we're both probably pretty damn good at that.
What if I told you I just rolled a 12?
Oh, I would be so happy.
And I have a +9.
That means nothing.
I know.
You got a
It just makes me
yes.
feel
You
good.
just have a yes. What did Jeb get?
I rolled a 7. Or sorry, I rolled a 3 + 7.
Okay. As it's about to tap this thing, it hears like CJ's very quiet. I'm like, clack ta. It looks around and it sees this giant Irralisk running towards it, and it sees this human who clearly is beef, butch, and not having none of this shit today. And it sees them pulling this cart with a giant root on it, with this Irralisk, with this Gendal who's What's your mood right now?
Anxious, and that's gonna be just because it throws so many people off a bright red.
Okay. Oh my god. Looking like she's wearing this like demented red scarf. You see this thing just mow on down, and you see this Irralisk pale blue just jump to one side and let you guys just plow your way through. It's visibly very paled.
You.
Just as you finish that, you hear on the side of the ship, and you see and hear the airlock engage. You guys are crammed right in it. The handles, you basically, as you ran on there, you basically had nowhere to go, so you had to stop but keep pushing this little wagon thing straight on, so that the prongs are literally in between two Irralisk sets of legs, and these queens look very offended as these two handles are like poking between their leg areas, and you just see like the airlock engage behind your two companions. There's no real moving room in here, and there's no real breathing room, but you have at least made it aboard the ship.
We're not dead.
You are, in fact,
Yet.
not dead.
And we brought the wagon with us.
And you brought the wagon with you, because I couldn't leave the wagon behind either. You guys feel the ship take off. And it goes at high speed. You guys, from where you are, you can see out of the window of the airlock. And as you guys careen out of the planet's atmosphere, you can look down and see the planet. You see it kind of greenish, yellowish, kind of very vivid colours, and occasional bits of sea. And then you see the Nitu fighters engaged with some of the Irralisk fighters, and you also see a series of canisters flying towards the planet. Some of them get taken out by the fighters, but many of them don't. And you see many of these small canisters just crash into the planet, and you see the small explosions even from where you are in space. And probably all about 15 minutes later, as you're flying away, your pilot very adept at avoiding these fighters and such like, you basically see what was once a lush green planet slowly turn brown. And you guys make your way back towards Hive Gam with, I would like to say, roughly... Okay, each one of you roll 2d12.
Oh, wow.
I got a 9 and an 8.
And the other
I
D4.
got a 9 and an 8.
What the hell, Onyx? Stop copying me.
I got a 2 and an 8.
Yep.
I got a 1 and a 12.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Okay. You guys, after all is said and done, and you make your way back to Gam, and you get yourself you con yourself a new ship, that kind of thing. You guys, if I can find the right bit, and for whatever reason I didn't print out the end sheet, so I don't know what the ending is.
Fuck Amber. Amber's dead.
Fuck Amber.
Blue also died though.
Didn't write the ending, so that's fine.
No, we never took Blue out of our
I brought you Blue.
part, didn't we?
Yeah, he ran back towards Amber.
You guys, you guys fly out and you see this destroyed. You save roughly 27 of the, you save roughly 27% of the queen population with your very
Hooray!
quick actions. It's not a whole lot of people, but you do save the queens. Thousands, millions, perhaps even billions of drones, much like Jeb, perish on the planet, and it becomes uninhabitable for about 50 years.
Oh,
Give or take.
not hooray.
Not hooray. But if it weren't for your actions, for you putting your lives on the line, for destroying your ship, those lives would never have been saved, and the entirety of the Irralisk race would be at peril of immediate extinction. But thanks to the heroic actions of the Rushlake's Revenge, R.I.P. Rust in pieces.
Tin can. Rip. R.I.P. Tin can.
Rip tin can. You managed to make a real difference in the universe, but nobody will probably ever remember your names because
are we the Guardians of the Galaxy now?
Possibly, and that's where we hit the end tonight. So congratulations, you saved the Queens.
Yay! CJ's Groot.
CJ, yep, CJ's Groot.
Better put my paycheck on my character sheet, which I'm definitely going to keep using.
Wait, that means I'm Gamora. Fuck.
All right,
give me the sword.
There you go, guys. That was the rescue. That was a different version of the rescue. Normally there's more puzzles and a bit more fighting in it, but yeah, so we didn't do that.
Wait, who else is there to fight?
There was more fighting. So getting into the Irralisk chamber was going to be very difficult. You had to go find yourself a key, but you didn't do that because we ran out of time. So I decided to do something else. There could have been a fight happening at the ships to actually take off because your ship was destroyed. Almost every ship gets destroyed. I have had one that didn't, but still so different. Yeah, there are a few different things that we could have done. We didn't do any puzzles because we didn't really need to. You guys made it a puzzle enough as it was. And there's only so much that I can take serious in Jem's voice, so...
We made a wagon.
You guys made a wagon, and that was probably the coolest thing I've ever seen in this game. Okay, so that was short and sweet one-shot called The Rescue set in space, so yay!
Hooray!
Huzzah! Next week, I'll be gaming next week because next week is
the holidays, so I'm gonna go ahead and say probably not.
Yep, I'm probably gonna say not as well. And I think New Year's probably also gonna be a problem for people.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll meet back again on the 6th.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yay.
where we may or may not be starting a new campaign, but we shall see.
I can probably have the first couple sessions ready by then.
Perfect.
TBD.
Perfect. Yes. So from January, we'll be in a new campaign run by our wonderful Casey over there. We are putting Kelstos on hold for a short while. We'll see how that goes. May or may not come back to it. We don't know. Depends how much fun we have in this new world. Anyway, let's go around the table, say goodbye, and then I'll do my outro bullshit stuff that I have to get through this week. So, let's start off with Arch.
Hi, you guys can find me on Twitter at arch_DND. You could also find me running the Lucky Die podcast Twitter at TLDpod. And hey, what was that? Oh, that was a podcast mention. Hey, go check out the Lucky Die podcast where most of us are on there, except Onyx, but we're going to get him as a guest sometime because it's going to be fun. And yeah, we play a bunch of stupid shit, and everybody loves Rawl.
Hayden.
No, everybody loves Rawl, even though he does not deserve it.
That's
How dare you?
That's potentially true. Cool. All right. How was that for you? I know you don't like space.
I started enjoying it about halfway through. The big thing that I have an issue with is that for whatever reason, my mind doesn't capture sci-fi stuff as well. Like, I have a harder time picturing it. I still enjoyed it though, and I started kind of piecing things together in a way that made it easier for me. So like, instead of being like, all right, these are alien insects, I was like, these are the what is it, the Crickthene or
Kreen.
Because the Kreen from D&D, because then it made more sense in my head.
Cool. Each to their own.
And then Sloth, I literally pictured the fucking Sloth head of Zootopia. And Squid, yeah, sorry, Onyx, you were literally Squidward in my head.
Yeah.
You were a color-changing Squidward.
Yeah, you're Squidward.
I mean, that's more realistic.
Yeah.
It was the easiest way for my mind to make the connection so I could picture what was happening.
Cool. Well, at least you enjoyed it. That's kind of what I was hoping for anyway.
I did. It was
same
fun.
with whenever I run any of these games. Just hope people enjoy them.
And this is probably the most use my D12 is ever going to get for the rest of its gaming life.
Yeah.
Oh, more one-shots will be done in the Spice universe.
Challenge accepted.
Okay. Let's move on to the voice of the internet. The internet ghost.
That would be me. I am Onyx. You can find me on Twitter at OnyxQWE. And wagons. That's really all I have to say.
Yep,
and also,
wagon.
my character is so bad at fighting. I get +5 to attack, and I do a D8 +4 damage. It's
Yep.
so bad.
Yep, I think
Not
it's because your weapon is rusted, I think.
It's a rusted shooter.
That's
Oh,
the
wait.
one.
Does this episode make you a space ghost?
Coast to coast.
I don't know. They're space ghosts.
You are Space Ghost. There are
Okay,
creatures
that's-
called the Anek. There is kind of something possibly kind of in lore, so yeah, it could work.
That's me.
That's
IRL.
You IRL. Not IRL Druid, he IRL Space Ghost.
I'm a druid as well.
Yeah,
Druid's my
druid as well.
class. That's my race.
A space ghost druid.
Oh man, that's just too terrible. Cool.
Get on it, blood. Add it to the game.
I don't think so. All right. Let's move around once more to Neil, who managed to, I think, through almost the entirety of this game, stay in the camera.
Amazing.
That's impressive for him.
Yeah, I'm well happy.
Well, howdy.
Please,
My name is Neil.
please don't, Neil. Please, for my sanity, please.
It's his native Texan accent.
You can find me on Twitter
Oh my god.
at the Bardic Martin. Not the. There's no D there. I added that one. It's
You want to sound real fancy.
it's at Twitter at Bardic Martin. That was fun. I don't like Dungeons and Dragons anymore and playing dice tabletop games because it makes me sad.
Aww.
I can't ever play a character that's just fun. I need to like work on that. Every time I play a character, it's like very sad undertones, and I'm like, well, I need to stop this.
Yeah. It wasn't until because we were talking about how dark is dark the other day, and it wasn't until Thirsty pointed out that at the end of this like session, I killed billions of people. I'm like, oh yeah,
You
shit.
do.
I didn't even consider that. That's how dark I am. So yeah. Well, it was fun. Your accent made me laugh so hard. I'm so sorry I couldn't take you anywhere near seriously.
You put a trucker hat on my character sheet and a shotgun and made me the pilot, and all I could think was, "Yep, I'm a good old."
I mean, it's
Truck
not like
driver.
Neil lives in the vicinity of those characters.
It is not like this is. It's not like everyone in Texas is Jeb. It's not like
Oh,
everyone where I live is basically Jeb.
That's
Can't confirm.
that's so ridiculous. It's,
This it is. That's normal Tuesday for Neil.
Yep.
It's just dealing with Jeb.
Yep. Cool. I'm sorry.
And you
All
too.
right. Almost last. Penultimately, let's have a Casey.
Hi, I'm Casey. I am on the podcast that Arch was talking about. I'm going to be DMing a campaign with all of these people, including Onyx,
Yay!
like
I'm
to be-
included.
because I like to be inclusive.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm pro ghosts.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be. I'm sorry. I'm a little tired. You have to forgive me.
Ghosts do not belong in the machine.
Oh my god. Ghost in the show. Anyway, yeah.
I had a really fun time. Thank you for letting me be stupid.
It was very funny.
It's really fun because I think that like I'm gonna be DMing 2 campaigns starting in January, and I don't think I'm gonna get to be, other than Zoltana, I'm not gonna get to be so stupid in D&D, so it's nice having like a last hurrah.
Hoorah! It's a good
Hoorah.
hoorah. It's a good hoorah. Cool. Did you do your Twitter handle?
Oh shit, I have a Twitter. It's at Child of Ginevra. You should follow me. I post a lot of GIFs.
One day, I'm actually gonna fix up our Twitch channel, so that we actually have commands for stuff like this. But that's gonna be New Year's me problem. So we
And,
can just go Murica or 1,000 Arches, and then bamf, there will be all of our Twitter handles. So
Yeah.
one day.
Sure, that all is things that sound like I understand what that means.
Cool.
I'm-
we'll just
I'm
have
done.
exclamation 1,000 Arches, and then all of our Twitter handles will come up, so we don't have to keep repeating them. All right. For me, I had a bunch of notes. I read them through. Do you want to know the bit that only really went well? Was basically up to the point where you careened into the planet. After that point, you guys went your own way. I was like, all right, let's give this a go. Everything there was like, plot point. Nope. Okay, fair enough. It was fun. That was so fun. I enjoyed that quite a lot. Thank you guys. Thank you for.
I think this was the record for breaking you.
Yeah, I put down
It was like what, 4?
I have, yes, about 4 probably. I think it started off the moment Neil opened his mouth.
Do you keep a record of how many times we break you in a game?
Me? No, I don't track that. I don't track that. I let you guys do that because that's the drinking game, man.
Oh no.
Don't kill your liver, people.
Don't kill your liver, please don't. But there is a drinking game on TLD. Please check it out. Okay,
Don't kill your liver, kill spiders.
Yeah,
There's not.
that was honestly one of the most fun sessions of the rescue I've ever run. And one day I will get you to play Pilots and Politics, which is my absolute favourite one in Spaced. So we'll be playing that one day when we have to do a one shot. No, I'm very excited already. Okay, so other than that, you can find me on Twitter at blood_BTP. You can check out our podcast at TLD Pod. Nailed it. You can check me next out tomorrow because I'm going to be on Skag's channel, probably either gaming or doing catch up or some other BS like that. Either just go to Skag's channel, I'm probably going to be there. Our new episode of TLD comes out Monday, which is really cool. The next thing BTP wise is probably going to be Friday, where we have a Christmas special involving as many of the puppets who want to come and play as possible, and I don't know how the fuck I'm going to DM that, but it's going to be fun. I think that may actually be it because the other podcast doesn't come out till Tuesdays, so yeah, I think that's probably it. Alright, is there anything... Oh, I've got to thank Kevin MacLeod for the free ass music, which may or may not have played during this. I don't honestly remember. I certainly didn't hit play on the thing. Is there anything anybody would like to shout out in the void before I officially shut down?
Happy Hanukkah.
Oh shit, yeah. Happy
Hanukkah.
seasons, greetings, and all that good shit.
Yeah, happy holidays and all that shit.
Yeah.
And
Whatever
New
you
Year's.
celebrate, we hope you have a cheery time and don't get too drunk, and please save your liver.
Merry Fishmans.
Cool. Right, in that case, let's call that time at the bar. Time the dog bitches, drink up, and we'll catch you on another time. Laters, bitches.